Austria, Norway, Australia, and Indonesia. We have 16 safeties with our sport officer Uroš Gojic as our chief of safety. And we have 4 medics led by Jeroen van Hout, who is our head medic. So we are in beautiful Kaunas in Lithuania, and you might have noticed the logo for the event is a flower. It's the leaves. It's called the ruta in Lithuanian. So the oak leaves and oak reeds are the go-to symbols for winning in Lithuania, but there is one more plant that is very dear to Lithuania's people, symbolizing endurance and spirituality. So this is the ruta, which is rue in English. This is the national flower of Lithuania. It is accepted as a sign of life, purity, and vitality. It's apparently mentioned in every third Lithuanian folk song. The herb is often called the root of our vitality and the source from which the Lithuanian ancestors drew the water of life. I mean, that's pretty fitting, seeing as we're freediving and our athletes are in the element of water. Our first official top is going to be starting in approximately 10 seconds. 10 seconds, perfect timing. So you can see the progress of the athletes on the screen. This is an approximation. First up, we have athletes from Sweden, the USA, Great Britain. Actually, sorry, 2 Swedish athletes. We have a Latvian athlete and a Korean athlete. So the official stop has started. And our athletes are swimming. So today, the whole day, we are going to have dynamic bifins, which means that the athletes compete with a fin on each foot, and they are not allowed to move the feet together. They need to move their feet separately. If they do move their feet together, that's considered a dolphin kick, and that can be a disqualifier. So they really need to focus on their technique and make sure that they don't accidentally, playfully move their feet together. So most of our athletes are turning or have turned at the 50-meter mark. The entire competition is going to be in a 50-meter pool. You just saw an athlete kick off from the wall there. This is also a part of the competition rules that a part of the athletes, so their hand or their fin or their foot, needs to touch the wall when they turn. If they don't, they might get a penalty, or depending on where they turn without touching the wall, they might get disqualified. The people in the white t-shirts swimming above them are our safety team. And they look after the athletes and make sure that anybody who might be a bit unstable or lose their consciousness gets lifted out of the water very quickly. So I always find, I think people who don't know a lot about freediving always find that it's a very dangerous sport, but actually competitions like this one, obviously this is the World Championship, we have very high standards of safety, but on every competition there are safeties. The rules define how many safeties per lane. Here, as we have a 50-meter pool, we have 2 safeties per lane, and they kind of swap halfway through the lane. Okay, we have 1 athlete up. That is the athlete in lane C, so that's Paul Milian from Great Britain. And he is on the surface at the moment. I can see him waiting for his card. There is another athlete up in lane E, I believe, and that is Aleksandrs Maskalenko from Latvia, but he trains in Lithuania. So you can see the athlete now. He's looking pretty fresh, no signs of hypoxia, and just waiting for his card on the surface. We still have athletes in the water, and we are waiting to see what results they get. In the media lane, you can also see the underwater photographer who is documenting events. Here's an athlete who's just surfaced. That looked like, oh, you need to breathe. You can see that he is trying to get breaths in, but he should be okay at this point. Like I said, you know, it is absolutely possible that we might see some blackouts, but this is the safest environment where athletes can push to their absolute limits after their hard training. That looked like a clean surface protocol to me. The athlete is on the line, pretty stable, very focused. After performing their surface protocol, the athletes need to stay above with their airways out of the water for approximately 30 seconds, and you can see that they're very happy. That was probably an outcome. We have the next official top in about 6 minutes, so at 9:10. And I'm going to see if maybe we can get anyone that I can speak to. On the screen at the moment, you can see Evan Walther. He is from the USA. He trains and lives in South Africa. Usually, the Finns for competition would have very tight foot pockets to maximize the amount of strength that you transfer from your legs into the fins. So you don't really want any play or any wobble in those fins, because that kind of loses efficiency for you. I believe the world's top athletes wear fins that are maybe 1 or 2 sizes smaller than their actual foot size. So the athletes in the next heat, in heat 2, with the official top of in about 5 minutes, so 9:10. And we're back. I hope you enjoyed those replays. I hope to have an interview candidate shortly. I'm just waiting for them to arrive. In the meantime, I'll tell you a little bit about our next competitors. So in Heat 2, in about 3 minutes' time, we have Karol Karcz from Poland. He is, I think people are expecting quite a strong performance from him. He is quite the veteran of freediving competitions. He's done a good bit. Most recently, he did in this specific discipline. He did about 232 meters at the 28th AIDA World Championship in 2022. So obviously now the announcements that you see in the start list, the athletes can have a little bit of a play with when it kind of depends when they want to actually start. So they can, if they want to start in the morning, they can announce something very low, like you might have seen announcements of 1 meter or 5 meters, 7 meters, 8 meters, even 25 meters. For these athletes, 25 meters is nothing. So they might say, oh, I want to go in the morning. And and they can announce a low number, which will put them at the top of the start list. So the next start is in about 1 minute and 15 seconds. And with me in the commentary room, I have Jiyeon Kim. Jiyeon Kim from Korea. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
How was that for you?
Hard.
1 minute. Hard.
I wanna out.
You wanted to come out.
Yeah.
What results did you expect, and what performance did you receive approximately?
Maybe I won 220.
And did
a
you
little
get
bit.
a little bit lower? Okay, no problem at all. Sometimes it doesn't work. Are you competing in all the other disciplines as well?
Yeah. Or discipline.
All disciplines. Fantastic. So you have the rest of the day to rest up. And
Maybe another outlet coach.
You'll coach your teammates. Perfect. You have quite a nice big team from Korea, right?
10 people.
10 people is a nice big team. Fantastic. Yeah, I know you were. You have the third personal best overall. Third personal best for dynamic bifins from all the athletes. 6, 7, so 8, 9. Yes. Would you like to watch the performance with me? The second heat has just started. So in the second heat we have athletes from Poland, Sweden. Your fellow Korean. Could you pronounce this person's name for me?
Shin Hyeong.
Thank you.
Shin.
Shin. Fantastic. What is he like? What are you expecting from him?
Maybe
he is
white?
In, obviously, I hope, white card, yeah. So he is in lane C.
Yeah.
And at the moment, they are, I think most of the athletes are coming up to the 50-meter mark. Did he talk to you about what performance he's expecting, or do you train together?
I didn't hear from him.
Okay, no problem. Do you know any of the other athletes who are in this heat? So, Karol Karcz from Sweden, Karol Karcz from Poland, my apologies. Tumanowicz from Sweden. You obviously know Hyeong Shin, Fang Kong from China, and Mateusz Turnbull. You know people from the previous heat. Okay, yeah. And then we have two British athletes, Mateusz Turnbull and Mcguire. So the athletes, I think, a lot of them are turning or have turned at the 100-meter mark. And so Hyeong Shin. Oh, okay. So somebody's up. That's a BFA cap. So I presume that's Mateusz Turnbull from the UK. And your fellow countryman is in lane C. So that's. I'm just looking at. Okay, no, I think Hyeong Shin hasn't come up yet. The athlete in lane B has come up, so that's Tumanowicz. That's Laura Mcguire that we see at the moment. She is. So Laura is a mermaid instructor and a freediving instructor based on the west coast of Scotland. And she's not a very experienced competitor, I don't believe. I think maybe this is her second or third competition, but she looks very happy. So Hyeong Shin is up. We saw it looked like a very nice surface protocol to me. There's a little bit of tremble in the water, but not too much. And Fang Kong is also. Her chin is dipping. Come on, keep yourself up. Yes, I think she's okay. But you can see her lips are a little bit blue, so she was certainly pushing to the limits there. And there is one more athlete who is still going.
The intention is
The line. Very good, excellent. I always think that athletes need to be strategic about where they come up, because if you come up in the middle, the biggest dip in the line, and it might be the most difficult to keep yourself up. I can see that the athlete who is still swimming has used a few arm strokes. Maybe they are feeling the lactic. So that's lane B. That's Adam Tumanowicz from Sweden. Still swimming, coming up to, I believe that's possibly the 150. 250. Oh, okay. Maybe, yeah. 250. That would be huge. Oh, and he's up. Okay, lane B, the athlete is up. I can see him. Okay, the surface protocol looked okay. You can see him wiping his face. And he is breathing. He's looking quite stable. Obviously, he's very close to the wall. And you can see the judges. I don't know if he touched, they have to see if he touched the wall. And we're just waiting for his card. And that's a white card from Judge Catherine Crossland. Fantastic. That's great. Jiyeon, thank you so much for talking to me. Please go and rest. And I'm excited to see the rest of your performances.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was sitting with me watching this performance was Jiyeon Kim from Korea. And our next heat is going to be at 9:20 Lithuanian time, so in approximately 5 minutes. So in heat 2, we had Laura Mcguire. I mentioned that she lives on the west coast of Scotland, and she is a mermaid instructor. Matt Turnbull, he is... sorry, I think I might have said the wrong... And we are back for Heat 3. In Heat 3, we are going to have athletes from the USA, Sweden, Czechia, Australia, I believe, yes. We have the start list on the screen. So you can see, yes, so in lane F, we have Ekaterina Borysiuk from Australia. We have Mantas Zemleckas from Lithuania. We have Jenna Black on lane D from Australia. Zuzana Reitingerova on lane C from Czechia. And we have Paula Johnsson from Sweden on lane B. And on lane A, we have an athlete from the USA, Brady Bradshaw.
2 minutes to official top.
So the next official top is going to be in 2 minutes. I spoke to Zuzana a couple of nights ago in the hotel. Zuzana Reitingerova in lane C. She is from Czechia, but she lives in Australia. So she was mostly hanging out and having beers with the Australian athletes. And that's also where she would have competed most of the time. So in this discipline, At the 2023 Pool World Championship, she did 164 meters was her performance there, and that was the AIDA Pool World Championship in Jeju in Korea. Brady Bradshaw, who is the athlete in lane A, so he is. He told me that he works in the. He works for an organization that is hoping to hold the offshore oil industry responsible for the damage they've done to the ocean and cleaning up their messes. So this is absolutely a cause I can get behind, and I think it's very, very fitting for a freediver. Your work life is around protecting the water, and your hobby is obviously being in the water, holding your breath and enjoying the activation of the mammalian dive reflex that allows us to do these fantastic performances. So on the screen now, you can see Jenna Black from Australia. She has a freediving school in Australia, so she's an instructor herself, and she teaches courses all around Australia, and she also runs freediving retreats around the world. So she is quite new to competitions, actually. She is here with Matt Turnbull, who is a British athlete living in Australia, and they're here together, and I'm pretty excited to see how this competition goes for her, as well as obviously for all the other athletes. So we have the athletes have started. The distances that you see on the screen, they are approximate distances. They're absolutely not official results. We hope to have the official results up for you in a table, possibly after this heat. So the athletes are kind of coming up to the 50-meter mark. I chatted to Paula Johnsson, who is in lane B. She is from Sweden, and she said that she is, obviously this is the first day of the competition. I think the competition nerves are probably the strongest today for all the athletes, as they kind of get used to being at a competition, specifically a World Championships. And she did say she's a little bit nervous about this, but I have high hopes for her because she does, obviously all the athletes do an awful lot of training, but she mentioned to me that she does a lot of resistant training and sometimes a bit of climbing, wall climbing. I think climbing complements freediving quite well, especially when talking about dynamic no fins, where you have, climbing strengthens your upper body and your shoulders, and that's very handy for the no fins discipline. So I'm just going to have a quick look at the chat. Lovely to see everyone. Lovely to see everyone cheering on the athletes. So hello everyone in the YouTube chat. Keep on cheering. Keep it respectful. Okay, so we have the athletes are still going. I think coming up to possibly the 150 mark. Okay, one athlete is up. I'm afraid I can't exactly see which lane. And that looked like a very nice surface protocol. So in lane C, we had Zuzana come up, and I saw from my window that that was a good surface protocol. And that is a white card. So Sava is, you can see him on the screen now. He is the head judge, head of the jury. There is an athlete who is still swimming, coming up, actually, sorry, two athletes. So lanes A and B. So Brady Bradshaw and Paula Johnsson are still under the water. They are coming up to the 200-meter mark. Okay, so that's lane A, Brady Bradshaw up, and you can see him looked like a nice clean surface protocol, but the judges and assistant judges are waiting, and that's Paula Johnsson. You can see there's a tiny bit of a tremble there. Come on, keep yourself up, Paula. Okay, I think she'll be all right. She looked like she had recovered quite well, and she's quite stable on the line now after an initial slight, very, very slight triple. Red card for Brady Bradshaw. I will have to find out why that was a red card. I'm going to see if I can check the results. You can see the results. The results are entered live on the AIDA website, and we can, I'm gonna just see if I can check. And there's some applause for Paula Johnsson. I think she almost reached the 200-meter mark, but not quite. Maybe 190-ish is what I would approximate. You can see the judges discussing with Brady about why he got a red card. I always kind of try to say that you either get a white card or you have a learning opportunity. I'm going to see if I can find the results for you. Okay, so the next heat is in approximately a bit less than 5 minutes, actually a bit over 5 minutes, and shortly we're going to see some highlights from this performance. Maybe we'll get to see some nice clean service protocols. And we are back. We're going to have an interview shortly, so just stand by for an interview with the athletes, with Paula.
So here we are live with Paula just after the dive. Paula, tell me, how did it feel? How was your dive?
The dive was quite pleasant actually, but I was super nervous.
Really?
I've been much more nervous before this whole competition than I usually am, and I didn't sleep very well. But still, I'm very happy with the sensations during the dive. I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't get to the 200 turn, but I started feeling like signs of hypoxia, so it was time to go up. So I'm really happy that I feel that I squeezed out everything I had in me today. So I'm very happy about that.
Right. It actually looked that you came out just in the nick of time, just in the right time.
Yeah, so I'm very happy about that mature decision, but.
It was a mature decision. Thank you so much, Paula, and congratulations. Best of luck throughout the competition. Thank you.
So that was Paula Johnsson from Sweden. She also mentioned to me earlier that she was a bit nervous. She is quite a seasoned competitor, and in Sweden they have a great community of freedivers. I competed there myself a few years ago and got to experience the Swedish freediving community in Stockholm firsthand. So they do have regular competition experience, but sometimes we're only human, and sometimes even a seasoned and experienced competitor can get the competition nerves. But this is the balance that Paula mentioned. This is the balance that you have to strike, that you have to know when to pull the plug and say, I wanted 200 meters, but if I go to 200, I might get a red card. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to have a nice clean performance and I'm going to get a white card. And I absolutely respect the decision. And this is the mark of, this is what only experience can give you, this knowledge of having trained hard, knowing when to recognize the signs of hypoxia on yourself, and knowing when to say, okay, I'm gonna prioritize having a clean performance, as opposed to pushing and risking a completely disqualified red card performance. So our next heat is in 2 minutes. Sorry, actually 1 minute. The countdown has started for the next heat. So that's heat number 4. And we have athletes from Lithuania, Canada, Poland, Australia, Latvia, and Poland. Sorry, 2 Polish athletes is who we have in this heat. So in lane D, you could see Elizabeth Mateusz. She is from Austria. And lane E, you can see Ilona Bardiseva from Latvia relaxing. It's always fascinating for me to see athletes just before their performance. You can see the absolute focus, the focus on quietening down any competition nerves that you might have, focusing on relaxation, focusing on positive thoughts, and then starting your breathe up, starting your, what he's doing here that you see on the screen, he's doing packing, so he's getting a bit of extra air, he's kind of sipping air into his lungs to get as much air in there as possible for his performance.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So all the athletes have started within 10 seconds after the official top. The official top is the start time. If you start before your official top, you get penalty points depending on how far before your official top you started. And in the AIDA pool rules, you have up to 10 seconds to start after the official top. So the plus 10, if you start between 10 seconds and 30 seconds after your official top, you get penalty points. And if you start after 30 seconds, so more than 30 seconds after your official top, then you get a red card, which is a disqualification. But I saw that every athlete here started within the 10 seconds, so that would be a start. Okay, obviously there are several other things during the performance that might cost them the performance, that might result in penalty points or red cards. But they are coming up to, I think most of them at this point are coming up to the 100-meter mark, I believe. Again, what you see on the screen, the distances, they are approximations of where the athletes are at the moment. So in lane B, with the red and white cap, you saw Sylvain, who is a Canadian athlete. He competed actually in May at an event in possibly in Canada, where he reached 165. Sorry, this was in April last year. Was the last time he competed in dynamic Bifins, and he reached 165 meters at that competition. It was called AIDA Circuit des 4 épreuves apnea CT. Sorry, my French is not very good. Okay, so we have an athlete up. That is the athlete in lane F. So that is that possibly Jacek Polak? So we can see the athlete on the screen currently has their hands beside their body. Usually you need quite a good shoulder flexibility to have your hands in the your arms in the arrow position, which gives you the best hydrodynamic. Speaking of hydrodynamic, this is Elizabeth Mateusz. She is an Austrian athlete, and the Austrian Championship that is held every year in October in Vienna, I believe, is called hydrodynamic. So I kind of segued myself into that with a nice pun. So you can see the judges waiting for lane A. I believe that's Evelina Navashinskaite. I am very sorry if I mispronounced the Lithuanian names. Okay, so the judge is smiling. And that is a white card. Very nice. Congratulations, Evelina. Yeah, there's a smile. Okay, so she's happy with that. Fantastic. Elizabeth Mateusz, she looks very happy as well. She is helping with organizing the event as well. And I'm very happy that she's happy. I'm going to see if we can get her to come and speak to me shortly. So you can see Canadian athlete Sylvain Dessaulniers. He looks happy as well. Love the Canadian maple leaf swimming cap. Shortly, we're going to see some highlights, and in the meantime, we're going to see if we can catch Lisa Mateusz from Austria to speak to me. And we are back. So the next heat is going to be in approximately 5 minutes at 20 to 10 Lithuanian time. In heat 5, we have athletes from Sweden. We have Karol Karcz from Sweden. You can see the start list on the screen now. So lane A, we have Karol Karcz from Sweden. On lane B, we have Mateusz from Poland. And lane C, we have Kate Goodwin from the UK. In lane D, we have Iris Alla from Finland. And we have Lucy Budinova from Czechia on lane E. And in lane F, finally, we have Ivan Gavriliev from Lithuania. So from this gang, we have Ivan Gavriliev, who is going to be competing in lane F. He is a Lithuanian athlete, as I mentioned, and actually his favorite pool discipline is monofin, so really looking forward to his monofin performance in a couple of days' time. He is in his civilian life, non-freediving life, he is a medical doctor, and he wanted to thank Elvinas, who is helping with organizing. He is our local organizer for the event. And he also wanted to thank Sharunas, who he trains with and who help him understand freediving. In the introduction section, you would have seen certainly Elvinas dip his head under the water. It's fantastic to see how eager the local community of freedivers and actually non-freedivers as well are to host this event. At the opening ceremony, we had the mayor of Kaunas speak to us with some very kind words, and the city itself is just very excited to be hosting us today. On the screen now, you could see Karol Karcz from Sweden. Again, like I mentioned, these kind of 2 minutes to official top meditative states where the athletes are just doing their absolute best to try and relax as much as possible and get into the zone, get into the flow of the competition itself.
One minute, 30 seconds.
You can see in lane B, that's Mateusz Pratek. He is just a few final shoulder rolls before starting. Lane C, you can see Kate Goodwin from the UK. Eyes closed, total focus.
One minute.
We have 1 minute to official top. I can see that the fan club is in full swing in the YouTube chat. Mateusz, you have your friends and family rooting for you, and you have Carlo, your friends from Sweden are also very excited to see you perform. But you don't know this because you are focusing, meditating, and enjoying some relaxation. 20 seconds to official top. And the final... It's the final countdown. No, I'm not going to sing. It's okay. Don't worry. I just thought for a moment, but I won't. And 10 seconds to official top.
4, 3, 2, 1. Official top. +1, 2, 3.
I really like to see the different approaches that people take to freediving. So, for example, you could see Carlo holding his nose for a second while he was packing, taking those sips of air that I mentioned earlier. Some athletes prefer to have as little facial equipment as possible because it makes their exit, their surface protocol, much easier. The surface protocol, basically you have to take off, it starts by, you have to take off all your facial equipment, then you have to show an okay sign with your hands, and then you have to verbally, in English, say, I am okay, or I'm okay. So if you don't have any facial equipment, or if you have a lot less facial equipment, then that step becomes a lot easier, and you can just surface and show the okay sign once with your hands above the water, with your with one of your fingers touching your thumb to the judges, and then say, I'm okay. So you're kind of skipping a step. It's legal to skip that step if you don't have any facial equipment on, or if you have a lot less facial equipment on. Also, for some people like to freedive in masks, and some people use goggles in the pool, goggles and nose clip. Some people use, well, no equipment at all. Maybe some people might use a nose clip only, in which case you don't really see where you're going. You can have your eyes closed, but you do have to see when you come to the end, and you need to prepare for your turn. So you might have your eyes closed or your eyes sometimes open. But the water on your face activates your mammalian dive reflex. As I mentioned earlier, this is the physiological response that makes this performance possible. All mammals have this. So if you think of, for example, a whale or a seal, then that's what enables them to stay under the water for quite a while. So that is lane B. The athlete is up. That's Mateusz Pratek from Poland. He is up with an approximately 110 meters. That is I need to see which lane that is, and we still have some athletes under the water. Okay, an athlete has surfaced, taking off the facial equipment, as you can see. Okay sign. Didn't see, but I'm sure he said, I'm okay. Okay, so in lane E, we still have an athlete underwater, so I believe that's Lucy Budinova from Czechia, still swimming. Turned at the 150 meter mark, so approximately 170 meters. Again, these are not the official results. And we have an applause that indicates a white card for the athlete in lane F, which is Ivan Gavrilev from Lithuania. Okay, big breathing. Come on. I believe this is Lucy. she's looking clean and fresh. Smiling already. Karol Karcz has surface. As you can see, he had no official. Oh, well, that's an airway dip. I'm so sorry. You can see the safeties grabbing him. Unfortunately, he was unable to keep himself on the surface. So that is going to be a red card as well as, unfortunately, a blackout. These, like I mentioned earlier, I was expecting to see some blackouts. I had no idea which athlete it might be, but it's often a decision taken in the moment to say, I can do a bit more, I can do a bit more. And sometimes it's not possible. But like I said, this is the safest environment in which to push your limits. So the next official top is in approximately 5 minutes, and we've seen some fantastic performances, big smiles, and unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes you don't notice, or you decide not to pull the plug and prioritize a smaller distance over pushing it. But these things happen again. This is all part of the competition. The competition spirit means that I always find freediving competitions a very supportive environment. So everybody is helping the other person, and it's always a learning experience, even when things don't really go your way. So we're going to see some highlights now. Stand by. In the next heat, starting in 4 minutes, we have athletes from Latvia, Hungary, Sweden, Finland, the UK, and Australia. Very excited for this one because, as I mentioned, I am a Hungarian freediver, and one of my fellow countrymen, Marcel Bago, is competing in this heat. He is probably one of the freedivers who is currently active in Hungary and has been active for possibly the longest. He is currently based in Croatia, working as a freediving instructor and coach, and super excited to see his performance, obviously, as well as everybody else's performance. So Marcel is on lane B. We have Kristina Dorondo from Latvia on lane A. In lane C, we have Jeanette Molnar from Sweden. In lane D, we have Aura Salonen from Finland. William Seaford in lane E from the UK, and Anthony Judge from Australia in lane F. We can see Kristina relaxing. Love the white wetsuit and the white cap. And you can see I mentioned about facial equipment during the previous heat. So Kristina is wearing a full diving mask that covers her eyes and her nose. Marcel is using goggles and a nose clip. And again, total focus. The freediving community globally, I guess, maybe compared to other sports, is quite small. So really, it's very often what happens is it's friends competing against friends, maybe friends from another country who've met at competitions or freediving events, maybe courses or retreats. And there is always an incredibly supportive atmosphere. If things don't really go your way, there's always somebody to give you a hug of comfort, if that's your kind of thing. We can see Anthony from Australia. I don't see any facial equipment. Maybe he is of the school of thought that the facial equipment, the lack of facial equipment will actually make his service protocol easier as well. So we have less than 1 minute to the official top time. I'm looking at the YouTube chat. Martal, your friends from Rijeka are saying go you and good luck. And I'm sorry about lane F not displaying the information. Did I just see an athlete start?
Official top, +1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, the athletes are starting.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And the official top has started. I think everybody started on time. I don't know if that was a safety or another person that I saw. Somebody surfaced. Is that in? It's a no. It's a warm-up lane. I'm sorry. I saw it wrong. It looks like everybody is progressing nicely. Okay, so most athletes have turned at the 50-meter mark. There's always, you can see the person turning now is Anthony Judge. You can recognize the beard and the lack of facial equipment. So there is always a balance to be struck between speed and dive time. So in freediving, in the pool disciplines, unlike, for example, in classical swimming competitions, speed is not the essence or not necessarily the essence. So the question is, for each athlete, they have to weigh, do they want to go fast and risk using more oxygen and getting more lactic acid in their legs with the more serious muscle involvement? Or do they go a bit slower, more relaxed, and kind of a longer dive time, which requires a stronger breath hold? So in lane A, we have Cristina Dorondo from Latvia surfacing, all white except for the black neck weight, and her surface protocol looked good. So she has competed in the Baltic area previously. Her previous result was 103 in this year's February Lithuania Open Pool Championship. So I think that was a lot then. 103, I believe, that may be approximately 115-ish. Marta Bago, you can see him. Come on. Okay, equipment off. Show the sign. And he said, I'm okay. Okay, so this was, I believe, Liam Seaford that we just saw performing the service protocol. This is, I'm trying to see which lane. I love the swimming cap, but it looked like a nice and clean service protocol too. So with me in the commentator booth, I have Lisa Mattes, Elizabeth. Hello. Hi. Welcome. How was that for you?
Being at the World Championship or my dive or what?
Both. Both is good.
It's amazing to be here. It's my first World Championship. I did a Team World Championship in 2012 but I've never done an individual World Championship, and it's absolutely amazing. I can only recommend it to anybody, to be honest, because you get to see the pool before you start the competition, you get to train, and you meet so many people.
Oh, we're just looking at the screen now. This is, I can actually hear people shouting at him.
Yes, his coach
So that's
telling him to breathe, to
yes,
inhale.
I believe
That's
is that Zuzana coaching him?
Yes, that's Ant Judge from Australia. He's
Yeah.
very, very strong.
He is.
He's already back to banter, so I think he's.
Oh,
okay.
he's already chatting. Perfect. No, he looks okay. He's
Yeah.
just chilling out like like in the pub where I see them every evening,
And I
by the
believe
hotel
that
bar.
if that's
He's smiling.
200 or
There you go.
200, I think that's a PB for him.
He is looking super fresh. Let me
Excellent.
see if I actually have. Yeah, so in DYNB, his previous competition result in the Australian National Pool Freediving Championships was 189. That was in May this year.
Yes.
So this definitely looks like a PB. I don't know
Yes,
if
and the white card.
white card. Nice. So
Amazing.
that's just
Well done for Australia.
fantastic. Super happy for him.
Yes.
Just
It must be the beard. It's the hydrodynamics of the
yeah,
facial
the
hair, I
beard.
think. I
yeah,
need
but it's
one.
unfair advantage. I want a beard now as well.
I'll get the fake one out.
Yeah, we'll get a fake one. But then the problem is if you don't glue it on properly, it's going to fall off. So they're so happy.
Yes.
There you go.
Excellent.
He's happy out.
Yes. So look at all these happy people. Come to World Championships. It's a great experience. It's all I can
Absolutely,
say.
absolutely. No, I've been saying on the stream that if you're a freediver, I can only recommend competing because it's the best place to push your limits.
And learn.
Oh, so
Yes.
much learning.
Yes.
So much learning.
Yes. In a big competition like this, you get to see so many people and just watch what they do. You get to chat with so many people, and there are so many with so much more experience than yourself always, unless you're like the oldest and longest competing person probably. And even then you will learn from other people because maybe they've done something that you have never thought about. And so it's really, really good.
So we can see the highlights at the moment. When is there anything you learned at this competition?
Well, I
So far.
think I may have found the magic key to being less nervous.
Oh, tell me.
I'm working while being here. I'm so busy the whole time. I have no brain capacity left to be stressed. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But so far it's been going well. I did, because you asked earlier, I'm diving for Austria. And I broke the national record and added 20 meters to my personal best.
This was a national record.
Yes, and I did 150 meters.
Oh my God!
in Bifins.
Congratulations. Congratulations, 150 meters.
Yes, I think so. I touched the ball. I don't think he said 151. I think 150. I'm happy with either. So yeah.
Amazing. So that is an Austrian national record
Yes.
for Elisabeth Mattes, 150 meters dynamic
Yes.
Bifins. So happy for you. That's brilliant.
Thank you.
Is that what you expected, or did you expect more?
That's what I visualized, and it was just like in the visualization.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Lisa.
You're most welcome.
We're going to go to Anthony Judge, who is the Australian participant from the previous heat.
I'll go grab
I
him.
think Algimantas is going to interview him downstairs.
Okay,
So
good.
Thank you so much for
we are
being here.
here with Ant Judge from Australia just after his Bifin dive. And Ant, tell me, how did it feel?
To be honest, it felt nice. I think I was committed to the swim fairly early, so I knew around about where I was going to go. So it kind of deleted the problem making, in my head, where normally you start having self-doubt and I can't do this. That was already gone. I knew where I was going already, and after I got to that point, I was already kind of celebrating under the water. I was like, "Wow, we made it! We're there!" So time to come up. And yeah, it was a smooth swim. I really liked it. It's been just such a good atmosphere. Like we're at a really cool team here. Everyone's quiet, calm, relaxed. Can't get a better environment, really. You guys have turned it on for us.
Right, really, really happy. And by the way, how do you like Kaunas?
Oh, it's beautiful. We've been enjoying the food way too much. We've been trying everything. We had the pink soup, all the dumplings, you name it. We've had a crack at everything. People are awesome. Man, we love it. We really love the city. Beautiful.
Thank you, and that was a great interview. Best of luck in the upcoming competition.
can't wait.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thanks, Steve.
One minute.
So
30
we have
seconds.
the next heat is going to be in less than 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a half approximately. So that's going to be the 10 a.m. start. So we have Riikka Lammi from Finland in lane A, Marko Radovic from Serbia in lane B, Diana Buesan from Romania in lane C, Anshan Gallardo from the USA in lane D. And in lane E, we have Maria Sitti from Cyprus. And in lane F, we have Adam Drzazga from the UK. Sorry, I am trying my best to pronounce people's names. I really do apologize if I don't quite get it right. You can see Riikka in relaxing, Marko Radovic from Serbia in lane B. And that is Diana Buesan from Romania.
30 seconds.
So Diana, she's a Romanian athlete, but her previous competitions, it seems that she was competing in Moldova. So her previous dynamic Bifins personal best in Moldova was 115 meters.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Official top plus 1, 2.
So that is the official top just starting.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It seemed to me that everybody started within 10 seconds of the official top. So I presume that is going to be a start okay. And in the commentator booth with me, I have Cristina Durando. Hello, welcome.
Hello, nice to see you.
How are you feeling?
I'm excited. I'm stressful, but very grateful.
Stressed still, even after your
Still,
performance?
yes, because now Gloria gonna perform, and
Yes, in the next heat, Gloria
Yes.
Stesenko.
yes,
Stesenko?
Stetsenko.
Stetsenko, thank
Yes.
you, from Latvia. So she has a start time at 10 past 10.
Yes.
Okay, you're excited for her? You
I'm
train
very
together?
excited. Yes, we are training together in Riga, and it's quite fun.
Do you have a big club in Riga?
I would say yes. So it's very nice trainings. We are training together, and it's nice. Really like the routine.
Nice, very good. Did you do anything differently when training for a world championship?
Yes, I went to the gym.
Oh, you didn't go to the gym before? You did-
No, this is my first big competition, so that's why it's a little bit more stressful for me than it was before. Yes, so I went to the gym. Yes.
Fantastic. What does an average week look like for you training when you were training for this competition?
It was like 5 trainings in a week. It was like gym, then swimming, then rest day. Then again it was swimming, pool, swimming, gym, rest day, and again. So yes, it's quite exciting, and yes, I'm really happy that I'm here. I would like to say thank you to my family first, because they support me. To my husband, my daughter, my mom, and yes, I'm very grateful.
Thank you so much. What was your result in the end?
It was 115 meters, my personal best.
Personal best, so
Yeah.
you're happy with it?
Yes, of course.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It's a great result.
Yes, thank
and
you.
The hard training paid off.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
here,
you.
Cristina. It was lovely to talk to you.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, we have athletes surfacing. They didn't look super happy. I can see from the window, I can see the safeties grabbing the athlete in lane E, I believe. Is that Maria safety, possibly? I believe is that Enchant Gallardo? She looks happy. It's all swings and roundabouts. Some people, big smiles, national records, personal bests, and some people are, well, it doesn't always go your way. So I have Katarina Borisova with me from Australia. We can see there's somebody disappointed on the line. The safeties are handing her her equipment. I believe that was possibly a back out. That is Adam. He looks great. He looks very fresh. Happy out. You can see the BFA, British Freediving Association swimming cap on him. Always represent your home federation or your home club. So that's brilliant. In the studio with me, I have Ekaterina. Hello, welcome. How? What result did you get, and how do you feel about it?
I did 150, which I was very happy with because it's my personal best, and yeah, I was very happy with this result. And I think I was more happy with the way how the swim went, because it was probably one of the nicest swims that I've done. Even despite all the nerves, and I was really nervous, but I still managed to have a really enjoyable time.
That's fantastic. What is it that makes a swim nice for you?
I don't know, it's just when you swim and things go, I guess, as planned, because we all have little plans in our heads as we swim, but also it's just a general feeling that the water feels nice, the temperature feels nice, the speed with which you swim feels nice, and it just feels like this lovely natural feeling of swimming underwater. I think that's the best part, and that's how it felt.
Fantastic. And is this your first World Championships?
Yes, that's the first.
And how do you feel about this one compared to any other competitions you might have done?
I only did another one maybe a couple of months ago back in Australia. It was our Australian nationals competition, and comparing to that one, I think this was that felt like a much something bigger and greater, and obviously the nerves were much stronger too, but I feel like the way how it's all organized is beautiful. Everything runs so smoothly, and yeah, I feel like it's a really nice place to be in. Everyone's really happy, all the athletes are supportive and helping each other and talking with each other. I think it's really nice.
That's fantastic. Yeah, no, I mentioned on the stream that I always found, you know, you imagine a competition to be a bit of a minefield where people are trying to compete against each other, and you know, maybe there's some animosity, or but all I can see in freediving competitions here and everywhere else is just the competitive spirit and supportiveness of all the athletes, happy for your success and comforting you when maybe things don't go your way.
I find that freediving is one of those sports where you are competing against others, maybe a little bit, but most of the competition is happening inside you with yourself. That's why I feel like, even though it is a competitive sport, everybody is really supporting each other in their own little competition.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Kate. Really lovely to chat to you. And are you competing in any other disciplines?
Yes, I'm gonna compete in no fins tomorrow and static as well. So yeah.
Fantastic. Not monofin though.
No, I don't have a monofin, unfortunately, yet.
That's fair. Yet, maybe next.
Yet. It is to come.
Cool. Well, I wish you similar fantastic sensations, lovely dives, and white cards, PBs, and great success for the upcoming days.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to chat to you.
Nice
Thank you so much. See you.
Bye.
So that was Kate, Ekaterina Borysiuk from Australia. She was, you would have seen her in Heat 3. Her official top time was 9:20, and you could hear how very happy she was with her results. So in the next heat, in approximately 2 minutes, actually exactly 2 minutes, we are going to have, that's going to be at 10:10. So we have Gloria Stesenko from Latvia. You heard earlier that the local kind of Baltic competitors are always very supportive of each other. So excited to see a Latvian competitor, Gloria Stesenko, and a Lithuanian competitor, Victoria Stanuleonite. Apologies if I did not pronounce that correctly. My team are telling me that I pronounced it great. Thank you so much. That means a lot. So we have Anastasia Devana-Tajik from the USA. We have Siri Östvöld from Norway. We have Ionut Katalin Vizireanu, another Romanian athlete, and Talia Sklar from Israel. So you can see Siri Östvöld relaxing, just enjoying the relaxation. And in lane E, you can see Ionut Katalin Vizireanu. I love this shot with the phone. Everybody is super supportive. The athletes very often film each other because it's always very beneficial to analyze your swim afterwards and say, okay, maybe I got a white card, maybe I got a personal best, and maybe I'm very happy with my performance, but here's what I could have done better. Or maybe things didn't really go my way. Here's how I can prevent a similar situation happening next time.
10.
So 10 seconds to official top.
5, 4,
Lane
3,
E,
2,
that is
1.
Ionut Katalin Vizireanu. Actually, he lives in, he's a Romanian athlete, but he lives in Copenhagen and he trains with the local Copenhagen Freediving Club. And he told me that he wanted to become a freediver because he wanted to become a more conscientious tourist. Now, obviously, in some beautiful places in the world, tourism is absolutely wrecking the place. There's a large environmental footprint of tourism globally. I'm sure you can look up specific issues and specific numbers. And I guess freediving has maybe a much smaller footprint than possibly, for example, scuba diving or other forms of tourism. So Ionut then discovered how calming freediving it is, and you're just suspended and you're floating in the ocean. You become one with the water. The mammalian dive reflex really does have this calming effect on us. So, for example, if you think about a time when maybe you were upset and you wanted to splash a bit of cold water on your face, what you actually did was you activated the mammalian dive reflex, which every one of us has. This is an automatic physiological response that we have, and it just kind of lowers your heart rate and has a massive calming effect. And I think a lot of athletes have said that really this underwater meditation aspect, this incredible calm that overcomes you when you are in that flow of training or competing, this is what they enjoy most, and this is what really gives you those fantastic sensations. And obviously, then on the surface, coming out of the water, you have all the friendships and all the camaraderie and the supportive atmosphere. So up is that looks like a good surface protocol to me. And the judges are just waiting for the judgment. So with me in the studio is Laura Mcguire. You can see that was a nice surface protocol. Hi, Laura. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
I mentioned on the stream that you're a mermaid instructor.
I am, yes.
Do you want to tell people on YouTube about kind of the intersection of mermaiding and freediving, or how they differ?
Yeah.
How they're similar?
Totally. I got into mermaiding a couple of years ago, I was in an aquarium and was performing, and there was lots of sharks, so we had to. it was sort of like danger mermaiding, and
Actual sharks.
yeah, actual
real shark.
sand tigers. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I've always really loved like the artistic expression of mermaiding, and but because I do it in Scotland, I think there's like a level of like resilience and toughness that you need because of the cold water that I think is like parallel to freediving.
Absolutely. Do you prefer the cold water to? Sorry, I'm just mid-sentence. I'm looking at. Oh, she dipped her chin. Come on, breathe. Sorry, I was just looking at the. For a moment, I looked at the screen.
That's okay. It's very interesting up here with all the screens and stuff.
Absolutely. How do you find? Have you dived in warm water places? Or only in Scotland?
No, I've kind of worked as a freediving instructor and scuba dive instructor actually all over the world in lots of warm places. But I'm trying to really embrace the cold at the moment because that's where I'm in Scotland. So I do like the cold, but it does have its challenges. Which is actually why I got into more like pool freedive training, because I didn't necessarily have easy access to depth.
I can definitely relate to that. Living and training in Ireland myself, for sure. Absolutely. I wonder what she's going to get. There was, it looks like it's a white card. I certainly saw her chin dip. It was on the fence, but. I'm very happy that she got the white card, because you can see she was dipping forward a little bit now.
She was. She did really well.
And she did look a bit blue, but recovered quite well, and happy smiles now. And normal, colour of the face as opposed to blue.
It's quite exciting up here.
It is. I love it. Absolutely. I love it big time. And it's just so great to be able to publicly cheer on the athletes on the YouTube stream. And she's getting congratulated by the judge. And again, like I've often seen, you always think that the judges need to have a big detachment, but very often there's an athlete comes out of the water and the judges just kind of hug them and say, oh, congratulations. And, I might be judging your performance, and obviously fairness is the key word here, but that doesn't mean that they can't be happy for you once the official judging bit is over.
Totally.
How was your swim? How was your performance? How do you feel about that?
I feel really positive. I was so nervous just before I started. I actually said a rude word. I'm nervous, as they said 2 minutes to official top.
That's allowed. We didn't hear it. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. But actually, it was really funny. Once I started swimming, it was like, let the body take over, quiet the mind. You got this. And I just really wanted just a clean, kind of easy-ish swim, and it felt really good. I was so happy when I came up. Yeah.
There you go. Like I mentioned on the stream earlier, mammalian dive reflex, the calming effect of the water against our face, against our body, getting into that flow and meditation mindset. Fantastic. Are you competing in any other disciplines?
Yes, I'm doing everything. So
everything.
Everything. Yeah, so I'm doing no fins tomorrow, which is actually my fave, but I've been training in a 25-meter pool. So you have the extra pushes on all the sides. So tomorrow's going to be interesting.
Yes. I love, just for the benefit of the people on the YouTube stream who are maybe watching but not freedivers. So in dynamic no fins, obviously, as the name suggests, you don't use fins. This is going to be the discipline for tomorrow. And when you train and compete, what really helps you is a good, strong push-off from the wall. Ideally, even in a 25 pool, you'd usually aim to glide almost to half of the pool with a nice, strong kick off the wall. You brace, you go into a squatting position against the wall, and you give a nice, strong, powerful push-off from the wall. You're not going to have the benefit here. Well, you will have the benefit at the start, but that'll only get you, ideally, I guess, maybe quarter of the way.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. But then after that, it's all arm strokes and leg strokes. And then you're going to get the benefit of the push-off and the turn on the far wall.
Totally.
It's exciting. I don't think I've ever competed in a 50-meter pool in no fins. You weren't able to get into a 50-meter pool for your training?
I have. So I live in like quite rural Scotland, and so I have very limited access to swimming pools. So the closest one is a 25. I have trained in a 50, but it's normally like 2-hour, 3-hour drive away. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Well, wishing you the best of luck.
Thank you.
For tomorrow and static as well. And maybe next year we'll see you with a monofin.
Yeah.
Oh no, we'll see you this year with the monofin as well. Sorry.
I'm not in a monofin. I'm going to do dynamic with my bifins.
So just for people on the YouTube stream, this is allowed. So in the dynamic category, you can use bifins and you can use whatever kick you want. So I mentioned at the start of the day today that you have to move your feet separately. If you move your feet together, that is considered a dolphin kick and can have you disqualified. But then if you're doing bifins with the monofin, you can do the
anything
monofin
goes.
Kick. Anything goes. So you can just channel your inner mermaid with your bifins and show us what mermaids are like.
Absolutely. Yeah. Can't wait.
Thank you so much for talking to me, Laura.
Thank you.
That was Laura Mcguire from the west of Scotland. Freedive instructor and mermaid instructor and freediving competitor. Thank you and best of luck.
Bye.
Meanwhile, in the next heat, starting in less than 1 minute at 20 past 10 Lithuanian time, we have Korean athletes, German athletes, Lucas from Colombia. We have an individual neutral athlete. We have Hedai, who I believe has a nickname, Gabi. She is from China, and then we have Miro Suompere from Finland. Again, I'm trying my best with names here. So with me in the hot seat is Adam. Adam, can you help me pronounce your last name, please?
It's Drazg. This is a very tricky one. So.
Thank you so much. I have a very tricky surname as well. Would you like to watch the stream with me together?
Absolutely.
Yes, so it's top time now. And we can see the athletes going. While they're swimming, would you like to tell me a little bit about your performance? How did that feel for you?
So my dive would come up better than I expected. Bifins is not something I've trained last few months, so for me it was like a preparation dive today. But after 150, the dive felt really nice, and decided to continue do something reasonable, which I'll be happy with, which was nice. But also without pushing it too far, because I tried to reserve my strength for static and dynamic on Friday itself. But I'm extremely happy with the dive because the feeling was really good. The conditions in the pool are excellent. So that definitely helps. So yeah, I was really happy with it. And so far there are some pretty good dives. I mean, all of our team so far, white cards, which was great.
So that's Team UK?
Team GBS, yeah.
Perfect. Nice, very good. What kind of training did you do, or who do you train with in the UK actually?
So I run Club Blue, the freediving school. So we've got a number of athletes training with us. 2 of us are from our club up here. So we've got 3 pool sessions a week, and then we dedicate 1 or 2 sessions as well in the gym, and then some dry training, of course.
And you go to the gym together as a club as well?
Most of the times, yes. Depends how people can make it, but yeah, most of the times, there's at least 2-3 of us train at the same time.
Fantastic. That sounds brilliant. I think community in freediving is so important, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, that's one big thing, we tend to meet up each other, once a year in such a big events up here. And it's great to communicate with friends you don't see for a year or 2, 3, 4 years even, so then. And then you get to exchange, training plans, you can adapt and change your training techniques to make it better, and always good to see, other athletes.
That's fantastic. Is there anything you've learned so far here that that will help you in future competitions?
Yes, so, as I mentioned just now, you get to talk to friends you don't see many times. And I spoke to a couple of my friends who specialize in static, and that's my favorite discipline. So we get some rugby time to talk and exchange, the training plans. So I think I'm going to implement a couple more things to my training to see if adaptation is better in performance of it, of course.
Meanwhile, we can see, I think most of the athletes have surfaced. I think I saw Miro from Finland. There was a slight tremble. We saw him from behind, so I saw his shoulders and his back kind of trembling ever so slightly. Come on, that is Gabi from China,
yes. Okay.
and the safeties have decided to grab her. There is, I think there's always a balance to be struck. Can the athlete recover? Are they dipping their airways? And sometimes the safety just needs to make that call to grab.
Absolutely. It's quite a difficult decision because obviously they don't want to touch athletes because, you know, it's their performance itself. But there is a point when it's necessary because, you know, athletes' life, it's, you know, more important and performance is not that important. They always compete next time. And that can happen by a number of reasons, you know, a bit of a stress as well can play the role. And we cannot help sometimes them get a little bit tense, a little bit in stress, and we've got our own anxiety and our own goals what we try to reach. And sometimes, you know, the feeling in the water could be not that great, but we still try to push for what we had in mind. But yeah, and sometimes if you don't listen to your body, we can go further than we should really on the particular dive.
Absolutely.
Every dive is different, you know, you cannot make two the same dives with the same feelings.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I believe what we're seeing Klaus Kasten here from Germany.
Yes.
That is a white card, and you can see the judge. Is that a white card? Yes,
Yes,
it's a white
excellent.
card. Excellent. You can see Judge Julia. She is wearing the flower wreath, which is traditionally worn today, which is the midsummer celebration. Here in Lithuania. I have one here as well, but I didn't set on, so I ended up not putting it on. Mine is a nice kind of green one, no flowers, but just
Yeah, it's
green.
very beautiful.
It's very pretty. I think they're handmade, so it's fantastic to come here and kind of see. Okay, here's the symbolism. We're here at the right time.
Yes.
You know, at
That was pretty good timing, I say, yes.
no, it's fantastic. There's Klaus Kasten and his partner. Is that Heike?
Yes.
I think. Okay, they're together. That's fantastic. So, couples competing together, and very
That's always good.
Yeah.
Good support.
Absolutely. No, they look very happy. He looks exhausted, but
It's a big dive. It's a big dive, so he got all the reasons to get tired.
Absolutely, absolutely. I didn't see. Did you see what he got approximately? Was it?
No, I didn't see the
over-
distance. No, unfortunately, no.
Okay, no problem. We will hopefully see the results soon. Adam, thank you so much for talking to me.
Pleasure.
Best of luck for the upcoming days, and I hope the learnings from the static, you will be able to implement them on the static day, which is Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, yeah. I hope so.
Perfect.
Okay, fabulous. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. See you. So we're going to see if we can catch Klaus Kasten from Germany. I believe Algimantas is going to interview him downstairs, possibly. He looked very happy with his dive. As we mentioned here with Adam, it was a big dive, and he has absolutely every reason to be exhausted, probably walking on jelly legs as we speak, but hopefully he will recover for tomorrow's dynamic no fins. It's always interesting to see athletes' strategies, who's competing in what. Some people have their favorite discipline, or they feel they are the strongest and they might not compete in any other disciplines. So soon we're going to cut to Klaus Kasten.
Hi, we are live with Klaus from Germany, right after your Bifin dive.
Yeah.
How did you do?
I'm very happy. I did 227, new national record, and yeah, I'm really happy because 7 weeks ago I hurt my foot. I ripped off a tendon of my bone. And I did everything to come back very quickly, and it worked out. So all all the things I did, I'm really happy.
Wow, Klaus, you did very well with an injury. You did a national record. How does it feel? Was it a goal for you, a national record?
I hoped for it, let's say it like this, but it's always difficult to predict it. So that was my goal. Yeah, it was my goal, but it's, yeah, you never know before if it turns out or not. So I'm so relieved now, and I cannot say.
Thank you, Klaus. Congratulations on the national record. Best of luck in the whole competition. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So that was Klaus Kasten from Germany talking to Algimantas downstairs. He looked super happy, and he has absolutely every reason to be happy. 227 meters, very clean dive, massive dive. Like, for myself, I can't even imagine these numbers. And it is a national record for dynamic bifins for men for Germany. Incredibly happy for him, and I hope maybe he takes a bit of time to celebrate before his other performances during the World Championships. So in Heat 10, in less than 2 minutes, actually maybe approximately a minute and a half, we have competitors from Japan, Lithuania, we have an individual neutral athlete, we have a competitor from Poland, Finland and France. So you can see Jelena Solovjova from Lithuania. It's always great to see that the local country and the local clubs hosting the World Championships, maybe their athletes, the people who train in those clubs, are not very experienced in competitions, but I think it requires some bravery to say, do you know, I'm going to enter in the World Championships, even if maybe I don't have that many big results or knowledge of what a competition actually looks like, and you still enter. So Jelena actually, she is from Lithuania, but she trains in Cambridge and London and in Klaipėda in Lithuania. And funny this, she is graduating right after the competition ends. So maybe this weekend on Saturday or maybe early next week, she is graduating from law studies, and as well as having put in, I'd imagine, a massive amount of work into her studies. She's probably put in an awful lot of training effort for this competition, and hopefully she gets to reap the rewards, and she can look forward, I hope, to multiple celebrations, her graduation, and I hope she is going to get a good result today as well. In lane E, we have Sayaka Oi. Japan has come with a massive team. They are... That's amazing to me that they have come such a long distance from Japan to Lithuania to compete here. And I know that I spoke to one of the athletes earlier, Noriyuki Yabe. I met him when we both competed in Stockholm in Sweden. At the time he was living in the UK and training with English freediving clubs there. And I spoke to him and I wanted to ask, what is the situation with freediving in Japan? What does it look like? And he mentioned that it's still quite a niche sport, but it is definitely growing, and there seems to be a good community being built of Japanese freedivers, and we can absolutely see the testament of that, because we have a big team from Japan. Unfortunately, you might not have seen it, and you wouldn't have seen it on the stream, but we had 2 openers from Japan as well, who just kind of opened the competition day, doing some beautiful dives on bifins. So we can see athletes turning at the 100-meter mark. So that is Milian from France. She's looking focused. That looked like a very, very clean surface protocol to me. And she's just waiting for the judges. So these kind of few moments of an athlete just hanging out on the rope and looking, this is the time needed by the AIDA rules before they can receive the judgment. So within 15 seconds of their airways exiting the water, they have to perform the surface protocol. I've mentioned about that before. So remove facial equipment, show the OK sign, and verbally say, I am OK. And after that, they have to stay above the water with their airways above the water for about 30 seconds before they can receive their judgment. Hopefully, in the best case scenario, that will be a white card. Okay, I believe that is possibly Sayaka Oi from Japan. Very close to the 200-meter mark. Or actually, sorry, halfway, approximately halfway. Okay, there's an athlete surfacing now. You can see her mouth is quite blue and her chin is dipping. Not quite dipping the airways yet. Come on, recover. I'm okay. Right, so this was maybe a little bit on the edge. I'm curious to see. She can definitely hold herself up. I can see from the window, but I'm curious to see what the judges say. Okay, she's looking a lot happier now. Let's see what the judges say. Her chin did touch the water. The judges, judge and assistant judges are deliberating at the moment, and she's still waiting for that. I believe she's being judged by Julia with the beautiful flowery midsummer leaf on her head. They're discussing. I'm curious to see what that's going to be. Okay, Julia's taken out the cards. Let's see what it is. Come on, please be a white card. And it's a white card. Nice. So that is lane B. So that was Jelena Solovjova from Lithuania. I'm going to check to see if maybe I can find out, was that a... so 150 was her previous competition result, which was actually earlier this month in a mini competition. 150 was her result. That looked certainly a lot more than 150. So I really hope that she's happy with that performance. She certainly seems like she's pushed it right to the edge, right to the absolute border of her current capabilities. Now, obviously, this can be trained. I know talent plays a role, but talent without putting in the work and training is always just not enough. So very happy for her. That was, again, pushing to the limits. But like I said, it is the absolute safest place to do that. So now we are going to have 30 minutes of a break. And our next official top is going to be at 11:10 Lithuanian time. So for now, I will say goodbye, and I will see you back here for the next start at 11:10. Please come back. Please keep watching. Cheer on your favorite athletes in the YouTube stream. I'm going to try and read the comments, but as you can see, there is a lot happening, and this lot that is happening very fast. So thank you so much. Stay with us. So I'm going to sign off, but we will have an interview with Jelena. As I mentioned, she pushed it to the absolute limit, and I've just heard that that was a Lithuanian national record. There's the white card from Julia for the Lithuanian national record for women in dynamic bifins. Super proud of her. Congratulations to her. I believe she will be talking to Algimantas shortly.
Mes sveikinamės su Jelena Solovjova, kuri ką tik tapo Lietuvos nacionalinė rekordininkė plaukmenų rungties. Kaip tau sekėsi, papasakok, kaip tau ėjosi nerti, Jelena?
Turbūt sunku nusakyti visus jausmus ir pojūčius. Pradėkime nuo to, kad startas buvo toks su jauduliuku, įsipjoviau pirštą, visko po truputį, galvojau, ten užmiršau šiaip dalykų baseinę. Tai kažkiek chaotiška, bet kai jau atėjau prie starto, nusiraminau, kalbėjau su savim, meditavau ir po vandeniu tiesiog savo kartojau, kad kol galiu su savim kalbėti ir kol galiu save nuraminti, tol galiu nerti, tai viskas yra tvarkoj, nerk toliau. O buvo šiaip sunku, tai tiek.
Atrodė tavo išnirimas išties dramatiškas, buvai labai arti to, kad gautum raudoną kortelę, tai yra diskvalifikavimą dėl panardinto burnos. Bet tau pavyko išsilaikyti. Ar atsimeni tą momentą, kai buvai išnirusi? Ar kažkas kilo mintyse?
Taip, labai gerai atsimenu tai, kad išnirau su kažkiek tos jėgos, bet kai pradėjau laikytis jau ant tų pačių plūdurų, ar kaip jie vadiname, tai supratau, kad mane žemyn traukia, kad čia reikia jėgos truputį įdėti, tai iš karto galvojau gerai kvėpuok, bet to pačiu ir laikykis, nes iš ties nėra lengva išsilaikyti, kai tokie plūdurai, tai tą momentą tikrai prisimenu, bet žinoma, ten visai kitoks mąstymas, kai žinai, yra tokia šiek tiek hipoksijos stadija, tai visko taip, žinai. Na, bet prisimenu tą momentą, tai bent jau tiek.
Atrodėjai puikiai, buvo puikus pasirodymas. Aš labai sveikinu tave su nacionaliniu rekordu. Yes.
Super happy for Jelena Solovjova. That was her talking to Algimantas, our local commentator. In case you don't speak Lithuanian like myself, basically she was talking about how before her start she was meditating. I've mentioned this meditative aspect before, and under the water during her swim she had to employ a good bit of positive self-talk for herself. I can do this, I'm strong, I've trained for this, I can keep going. This is very important. Everybody always, I know I've spoken to athletes about their training, and we've spoken about how many pool sessions they do a week and how many gym sessions they do a week. But very often, I guess I'm guilty of this as well, that we don't speak enough about the mental aspect of freediving. There is a huge mental aspect of freediving. Ask any freediver and they're going to be absolute experts at breath work, at the different meditation techniques, and everybody has their own method, their own favorite method of relaxation. So Algimantas mentioned to Jelena that she had quite a dramatic exit from the water, and that she was very close to a red card. And Jelena said that obviously she was on kind of the edge of consciousness, but that she could feel that she was dipping, and she needed to gather up all of her strength and remember to keep her chin and her mouth out of the water. And she has she doesn't remember that moment very well, obviously, because you can kind of feel your brain slowly shutting down, edging towards that loss of consciousness. But she didn't reach that. She managed to recover beautifully, and you could see the biggest smile on both of their faces, because wow, Lithuanian national record. It's brilliant to see. It's brilliant to see the smiles, the national records, and the success of the freedivers here. So I'm going to sign with that. I'm going to really sign off this time, and I'm going to see you in exactly half an hour for the 11:10 stop. We will leave you with some highlights from this morning's Freediving World Championship of Dynamic Bifins. Thank you, and see you soon. Hello and welcome back after our break to the 32nd AIDA Freediving World Championships. We are in Kaunas, Lithuania, and my name is Esther Kalotskoy. We've had a little break after the morning's performances. We've seen national records, big smiles, personal bests. Hard training paid off. We have seen some red cards as well, but again, this is part and parcel of the competition. It's nothing to be worried about because, like I keep mentioning, this is the safest place to push your limits as a freediver because you have some excellent safeties and a great team looking after you overall. So in about 4 minutes, we have our first official top, and on the screen now, you can see the top 15 results by distance, including, unfortunately, 1 red card. So leading at the moment is Karol Karcz. I think we kind of expected this. So 250 meters in dynamic bifins is an amazing, amazing result. Carlo Gurbin, white card. I seem to recall he had a blackout. The official results you can see on the AIDA website, so that's entered directly by the judges. And now on the screen you can see the women. So Jiyeon Kim, I interviewed her right after her swim, and she did a 217 meters dynamic bifins for Korea. Unfortunately, the red cards mean that the performance was invalid, so they get 0 points for that. And Lucy has received a yellow card, which means a penalty. Again, I'm trying to have a look at the results, but you can all see them entered live on the aidainternational.org website for the directly from the judges. So we have 2 minutes, a bit less than 2 minutes to official top. So in our heat just after the break, we have athletes from France, Ukraine, Greece, Mexico, Colombia, and Latvia. So the Colombian athlete, I'm very excited for her because she is called DYNB, and we consider her a Hungarian athlete because she lives and trains in Hungary with the Oxygen Apnea Club, which is also my club. Well, one of my clubs anyway. So very excited for her. She told me that she was a bit nervous before her performance, which I guess is understandable because you do, even if you've competed before, there's a pretty good competition spirit and great community in Oxygen Apnea in Budapest in Hungary. But still, you are at a World Championship, so that's, you see Diana now in the sleeveless blue top, just relaxing before her official top, which is in less than 1 minute. Another Central American or South American competitor is Rodrigo Villalobos from Mexico. He has been walking around and delighting everyone. He has a very small son, and it's a very, very cute child. So every time we see him, and you know, we just have to say, "Oh, look at you! You're such a cute little, very cute little boy." So his partner and his son are here cheering him on. So Rodrigo from Mexico is in lane D, right beside Diana from Colombia. And with me in the competitor, sorry, the commentator's booth is Milian. Lucy. Sorry, my apologies. I think I spoke to Janita as well. Lucy, hello. Welcome. Hello, how are you?
Hi. Yeah, I'm good. I just did my swim, so yeah, but I was the one with yellow card, so.
Why did you get a yellow card? Did they explain that to you?
Because I started 2 seconds later. Because I'm used to compete in CMAS, and you can start within 20 seconds, so I kind of messed up, yeah.
The difference in rules. I was explaining in the stream that here in AIDA, you have to start at the official top, you have to start between the official top or 10 seconds after maximum. And so you'd started at 12 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And when I was, before my dive, I just kind of fell asleep, you know, when I was relaxing, and then it was already 10 seconds before my official top, and I realized that I'm not going to able start in 10 seconds, so I knew that I will get yellow card. And it's kind of bad because it should be national record, the distance, so it won't be a national record now. So
What was your distance?
177.
That is an amazing performance. Really, really good. Well done. And yeah, I'm sorry. The rules say that you can't get a national record.
Yeah.
I think you can get a national record with a yellow card.
You cannot, yeah.
But you know that you have this in you. You're going to work on your start sequence, and maybe next time you get the national record. That's fantastic. Lucy, I believe you are the youngest competitor here.
I guess.
Do you mind sharing how old you are?
18.
18. Yeah. Somebody told me you're 19, but there you go. That's amazing.
I'm 18.
That's so cool. What I really love about freediving is just like the wide range of ages.
Yeah.
You know, you're 18. We have competitors who are over 60. And, you know, unlike something like maybe athletics where you have a certain age range where you can do it, like freediving is for all ages. It's brilliant. How long have you been freediving then?
The first time I tried freediving was when I was 15, and I've been competing since 16.
Wow. Amazing. So you're only 18, but you're a seasoned competitor. That is brilliant. Meanwhile, we can see the athletes have surfaced. I think I just saw Rodrigo from Mexico. His surface protocol looked good. This athlete, that surface protocol looked good. Do you train specifically? And there's Diana now.
I do not train specifically.
You don't train specifically for you don't kind of separate or...
no, actually not.
No?
Okay.
You just know how to do it.
Yeah.
You just know straight out. Perfect. Are you competing in any other disciplines?
In DNF and monofin.
Nice. So you're skipping Thursday, which is the static day, right? Perfect.
Static is not my thing.
And this is what I was mentioning earlier as well, that sometimes you have to pick and choose and pick your battles, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
That is fantastic. Oh no, there's a blackout. Oh my god. Poor thing. That looked like an underwater blackout as well.
Yeah.
It seems that the safety surfaced with the diver. Where is that now? That is in lane C.
I think.
So that's lane C. Is that Smaragda? Oh God. So Smaragda Zenofu is from Greece. She's a Bristol freediver. She lives in the UK. I met her at the Bristol boot competition in March. I'm so sorry for her. She looks like she's woken up. But she is always smiling, great fun, lovely person to have around. And I am just heartbroken for her. Okay, she's smiling. She's fine, but she knows. I think she knows. Because her swimming cap is off and
It's okay.
Yeah. Sometimes things don't go your way.
Yeah.
Like for yourself, you messed up the start, but you've learned your lesson. And next time you're going to do better. That's fantastic. Lucy, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you so much.
It's been lovely, and best of luck with the rest of your competition.
Thank you very much.
So we saw on the screen a blackout from Smaragda Zenofu from Greece / the UK. She is a Bristol freediver. She's a yoga practitioner, and I was really rooting for her as well. You know, you meet freedivers at the competitions. You kind of say, "Oh, hey, I know who you are. You're a cool person," and just heartbroken. But again, it's a learning experience. Sometimes maybe this was an easy distance for her that she was planning on doing, and maybe the competition nerves just got the better of her, and things just didn't work the way she wanted them to. So I'm so sorry for Smaragda, but as you can see, she is perfectly fine. She is okay. So in the next heat, in about a bit less than 4 minutes, so we have competitors from China, Finland, Portugal, Ukraine, Poland, and the USA. So very excited for this gang. And with me, I have Janita from Finland. Hello.
Hello.
You're here to watch your, do you know Vesa Nieminen? Do you know this Finnish athlete?
Yes, Vesa.
Yeah. Oh, you're cheering for Vesa.
Yes.
You train together?
We live in different cities, but sometimes we train together.
Very nice. Excellent. Do you have a big freediving scene in Finland?
Not very big, but yeah, some.
Excellent. There's a good few people here from Finland. There's quite a big Finnish team, no?
Yeah.
How many
10
of you?
people.
10 people.
Yeah.
Nice. That's brilliant. So tell me about your performance today while we see the results on the screen.
I was really nervous, like always, and I dived 173 meters.
That's really good.
Yeah, 1 meter more than before.
So personal best?
Yes.
Personal best is a personal best, even if it's just by 1 meter.
Yeah.
Still, you take what you can get. It's a personal best, absolutely.
Yeah.
Very good.
And it was a new national record.
What? No way. Well, you heard it here first, folks, on the YouTube stream. So that's Finnish new national record, dynamic bifins for women, 173, was
Yes.
it? 173. Well, personal best and national record, like pretty successful competition for you so far.
Yes.
Which is your favorite discipline?
DNF.
No fins. So tomorrow?
Yes.
So tomorrow we can expect another national record, maybe?
I think no.
Okay. You'll see how you feel. And so you're definitely competing in no fins then tomorrow. Any other disciplines?
Yeah, all the disciplines.
All of them?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And did you do anything different in training for this competition than for previous competitions?
I had more rest before.
Very important.
Yeah.
I think not enough athletes know the value of resting before a big performance.
Yeah.
Like I've heard of people doing very long swims in the last couple of days here in training, and I'm firmly of the opinion now. Obviously, it depends on people, but I really think that especially before a big performance, you just have to take a break, right?
Yeah.
So that's good, and that worked well for you. That
Yeah.
you rested before the performance.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. You need to set the limit and know when to stop. So you can, if you want to, you can sit with me and we can watch Vesa's performance together, along with Magdalena Zalwiak from Poland, Eric Sintra from the USA, Yevgenia from Ukraine, Sandra Brum from Portugal, and Yingru Han from China. So very excited for that. Again, the moment. What do you think of when you're doing this? What we see on the screen now, the focusing before a dive. What goes through your head, if you don't mind sharing? I know it can be personal sometimes.
I try only focus and not to think anything.
I find it try when you think, I must empty my mind.
Yeah.
All the thoughts come.
Yeah.
My coach had a really good trick for this. To empty your mind, all you have to think of is, what is my next thought going to be? And then suddenly, empty head. At least for me, this works. You know, if I want to empty my head, all I have to think of is, what is my next thought going to be? Empty. Darkness. Nothing inside. Lights out. Okay, so that's the official top. So Vesa is in lane B. If you look out the window here, Janita, you can see the guys lifting the platform. And so he is coming up. He's going pretty fast, I think, no?
Yeah.
He's going pretty fast, coming up to the 50 meters. And again, I mentioned to the people who are maybe not very familiar with freediving competitions, speed isn't really the main thing here in a freediving competition. It's about distance and it's about a clean exit. So you have to balance maybe your breath hold isn't amazing, but maybe you have very, very strong legs, and you have to just balance your speed with your relaxation and with making sure to go the distance. Actually, Sandra is a lot faster in lane C. She's coming up to the 100 meters. Her head came out of the water ever so slightly, but as long as her airways don't come out of the water, her performance is still valid. And I can see Vesa, we can see actually him on the camera there. We saw him for a moment as he turned. He was turning quite deep. And then now we see lane A, so that's Yingri Han from China. So Yingri's favorite bit in lane A is when she says "I'm okay," meaning that she's back and she's okay. So that is the favorite part of her pool discipline. And in her previous competition, which was in Jeju last year, she did 168. So Vesa did. Is he?
Yeah, 150.
Oh, he's up at 150 now. I made this mistake in one competition before, that I thought I had made it to the wall, but I didn't touch it. So I got a meter deducted from performance. So hopefully he remembered to touch the wall and only then come up. This is also in the AIDA rules. So his previous performance in the Finnish World Championship this February, I believe, was 150. So repeating a performance and repeating a PB, I think it's always, it builds confidence. And it means that even when you have the competition nerves of an actual World Championship, meanwhile in lane A, Yingri Han, we see her struggling. I see her at the and we see her in the camera as well. I'm okay, really loud. I heard it from here as well. But you could see her struggling a little bit. I didn't exactly see Vesa's performance, but obviously 150, it seems like he can do it with confidence. So what we see in lane F is Eric Sintra from the USA. You can see in the white t-shirt and long hair and beard that is a Colombian athlete. I forgot his name, Lucas Osorio. I'm so sorry, Lucas. And he mentioned to me that he was going to coach Eric, who was a friend of his. So did we see, I do believe, do we know what Vesa got? Did you see the card by any chance? No, I didn't see it either. I'm trying to focus on a lot of different things. Are you going to coach any of the other athletes? Or how do you do it within the team?
I'm going to coach Riikka on static.
Ah, okay. I'd love to speak to Riikka as well later. Maybe I'm gonna go and find Riikka later and see if we can have a little chat. But that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think coaching static is so important. It's like coaching is half the battle.
Yeah, I really like coaching, but this time we have our own coach.
Ah, okay. Very good.
Yeah.
That's always so beneficial when you have the experience of someone who is able to tailor a training plan to you or coach you in the way that you like to be coached. Like, I know there's a lot of different methods, and you have to find the person that you can work best with, isn't it? Is that the case, that you can work well with your coach? Does their coaching method work with you?
Yes.
Perfect. That's brilliant. Janita, thank you so much for chatting to me.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, and I wish you best of success as well as for Team Finland.
Okay. I want to say hello to Finland.
Oh, hello Finland.
Ja mä lähetän myös terveisiä rakkaalle. Thank you.
I'm not going to say the only Finnish sentence I know live on stream because it's quite rude. Maybe I can say it to you later and then you can laugh about it. But I'm not going to say it on the stream. But hello, Finland. Thank you so much for talking to me, Janita. It was lovely to chat to you. Yeah. And best of luck with the rest of the disciplines.
Yeah, thank you.
See you. So Downstairs, Algimantas is going to interview Erik Sintra shortly.
Hi, we are live with Erik, who just did his Bifins dive. Erik, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I break my record personal. Yeah, that's good. That's good. My record personal was 166, and now I did 194, something like that.
194. That's a great result. Is that your first World Championship?
Could you repeat, please?
Is this your first World Championship that you're participating?
It is. It is the first. Yeah.
Well, this is not your first competition. How is it different? World Championship pressure, is it different?
Actually, it's my second competition.
Second competition?
Yeah, one in United States and one now here in the World Championship. It's great. That's great.
Great results for a second competition. Congratulations. Well, I will wish you best for the next upcoming competition and see you on next days. Good job.
Thank you.
And we are back. So our next official top is going to be in 2.5 minutes. So you might not have heard the 2 minutes countdown. It's going to be at 11:30. We are going to have competitors from France, Japan, Korea, USA, Finland. Hey, the Finnish people. We've heard Janita from Finland just say hello to Finland as well here recently. And we also have a French athlete, Florine. With me in the studio, in the commentator's booth, is Anastasia. So Anastasia, hello. Sorry, you're live now.
Hi there.
Hello. So you had a start at 10:10, and you announced 50 meters. How did your performance go?
It went well. To be honest, I didn't know what to expect because I haven't really focused on this discipline as much, and I haven't tried my max in a really, really long time, in 6 months. But yeah, it went well. I just kind of followed what I was supposed to do. I came up at 184 meters, which is, I think, national record.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
184 meters.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm very
So,
excited.
US national record.
Yes.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Well, for someone who didn't focus on this discipline, you did pretty well.
Yeah, thanks.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty amazed how it went.
So which discipline did you focus on?
Dynamic with the monofin
Okay.
is my probably main one.
Okay.
Or at least I'm hoping to do well in that one. Yeah, that's the main one.
Okay, so and are you competing in static or no fins?
I'm competing in static. I'm probably going to skip no fins because it's my weakest discipline and I really want to save the energy for the last 2 big dives.
Very wise point. So you heard it here, there is a competition strategy of you want to focus on another discipline, you feel you're the strongest in that, that's the one you want to, that's the one you've trained for probably, and you're going to say, I'm going to save my energy. I think that's wisdom, in your competition strategy. I mean, where else would you be strategic about your diving than at a World Championship, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you do anything different in your training for the World Championship than previously?
Yes. This is my second competition ever, and the first full training cycle that went for 5 months. I mean, I worked with the same coach that I worked with before, Antonia Del Duca. But yeah, it was different. It was much more intense. We added weight training, like dry training in the gym. Pretty intense, base training phase for a couple of months. So yeah, no, I'm very happy with how it went.
Well, you should be. It's an amazing result. I'm super happy for you. Listen, thank you so much for talking to me.
My pleasure.
And wishing you the best of luck with the rest of the disciplines. I'm super excited to see how you perform in the monofin. It's on Friday?
Whatever the last day is.
Yes, the Friday is the last
Yeah.
day. I keep forgetting which discipline was it. Which day. I'm sorry. But yes, super excited for you, and make sure to rest well and be ready for that. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Anastasia.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, the competitors in the 11:30 heat, so that's heat 13, have started. I don't think we have anybody surfacing yet. You can see from the side view in the from the pool that competitors are going at quite different speeds, but this is really the kind of sport where you have absolutely no headspace and no real opportunity either to look at, how are my competitors doing? You must have a laser sharp focus on yourself, on your own sensations, on your own dive plan. As Anastasia mentioned, everything went as she planned. She was focused on her plan. I learned this first in scuba diving, but it's absolutely valid for free diving as well, which is plan your dive and dive your plan. So you have you plan your start, you plan your the middle part, you plan the part where you're struggling a little bit more, and then you make sure to focus on a clean exit, because you can do whatever amazing distance. If your exit isn't clean, it's going to invalidate all of that big swim, hard work that you've put into that performance at that point. So, like we spoke about it earlier, it's like I believe it was Paula who spoke about this, that she felt that she was getting hypoxic, and she knew to pull the plug, come up clean, and make sure to have a clean performance. So meanwhile, we see athletes surfacing. That is French athlete Daniel Jacquet. You can see him breathing. Come on. You do have 15 seconds to start your surface protocol, and that looked good to me, looking at it from the window. All the athletes are looking clean. I can't quite see the far end of the pool, but there's athletes on the surface, safeties with their hands up. The reason the safeties have their hands up is to show the judges that I am not touching the athlete, I'm not supporting the athlete in any way. The athlete is keeping themselves above the water from their own strength, and they are not they're not on the verge of a blackout or a losing consciousness. They're able to keep themselves up in the water without my help. So meanwhile, we have about, is it 7 minutes? Yeah, we have about 6.5 minutes to the next start, which is heat 14 at 11:40. 11:40, and we have competitors. So we have Noriyuki Yabe from Japan. I think I mentioned him earlier. I met him in Stockholm. We both competed in the Stockholm Under competition at the time. We have Laura Norkute from Lithuania. Hey, Lithuania. And we have Geun Kim from Korea. We have Sinikka Mäkinen from Finland. We have Jan Knudsen from Germany, and we have Young-Ju Lee from Korea. So another beautiful international bunch of freedivers who we're going to see hopefully beautiful performances from in about 6 minutes. And meanwhile, in the studio with me, I have Rodrigo from Mexico. Hello, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
How are you feeling? What was your result, and how are you feeling about that?
Well, I feel just happy to be here, to be honest. My result was not that great. I did around 140, 139, and then I got a red card because I said okay to the other side of the pool, not the side that actually has the judges. Yeah. So in the beginning, I saw judges going on both sides, and I thought, well, they're on both sides. Now
were you in one of the sort of the lanes closer to the middle?
Right. I was from the D lane.
D lane, yes, right in the middle.
So yeah, well, something I will not repeat, definitely.
Like we said earlier, you either are happy for your performance or you get a learning opportunity.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But it was okay. I'm very happy just to be here and having the opportunity to try.
Very good. And I mean, in the AIDA rules, they stipulate, so if you look at the athlete and you look at a kind of a circle around the athlete, so if you can face the judges up to a 180 angle, right. But then if you're outside of that, if you kind of have your back to them, they won't see your surface protocol.
So it totally makes sense.
So that, yeah. I mean, it's understandable still if you're disappointed, even if you accept that those are the rules.
Yeah, well, it's okay. I mean, I was pretty nervous, so I just wanted to do something I was proud of. Well, sadly, it was a red card, but still, it's my first event at a World Championship, so it was nice for me to do it.
A learning opportunity and maybe something you can take on board for the next few days. Are you competing in any of the other disciplines?
Yeah, I want to do all of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
And so tell me about your preparation. You told me when I asked in the survey that your preparation, it was when you decided to come here, your baby boy was about to be born.
Yeah.
And so you had to balance your duties as a dad with
Right.
probably your day job and preparation for the World Championships. How did that go?
Yeah, it has been a bit overwhelming, but yeah, we decided like a year ago to try to qualify for this competition. And my wife supported that decision, so we decided to get on board, but she was pregnant, so at the time, the egg was coming pretty tough. Now that the baby was born, hopefully I got help from some friends, Mika and Carla mostly, and to help me train at some odd hours whenever we could.
Whenever the baby is sleeping, quick cryostat.
Yeah. So the good side is that I got used to do long dives pretty tired, so that was good.
That's nothing better than training when you're incredibly tired and trying to do it.
Like my normal now, like just being exhausted.
Sleep deprivation as normality.
Yeah. But very happy. I mean, because the baby came and
he is lovely. Again, I mentioned on the stream when you were doing your performance that your partner is here with the baby boy, and everybody's always going, "Oh, look at him, he's so cute, he's so cute." Is he going to be a freediver when he's a bit bigger?
Well, he will choose, but I'm influencing a little bit, bringing him here, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, earlier on I spoke to Lucy Budinova, who is she is 18. And that makes her the youngest competitor here.
Wow.
And she started freediving when she was 15, competing when she was 16. So that is the youngest age you can compete from, according to the AIDA rules. So you, I think between the ages of 16 and 18, your parents need to sign that you're allowed to compete. But it's still... I love how freediving is for all ages. So
yeah, totally. I mean, he can have fun in the pool doing freediving in the meantime.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Sneaking in the idea, you know.
Sneaking a little bit of I mean, I hope to see him at a World Championships in a few years' time. Maybe I'm gonna have a few more gray hairs at that point. He's 16, but fingers crossed.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, listen, Rodrigo, thank you so much for talking to me. And I wish you the best of luck for all of the other disciplines.
Thank you.
And remember to face the judges.
Yeah.
It's going to be easy and static because you just hold the wall, come up, and then the judges are going to be right there.
True, yeah.
For sure. But it's a learning opportunity. And best of luck for all the others.
Thank you
so much for talking to me. See ya. So in the meantime, we have... in about half a minute. So we've had our 30 seconds just now. Is this our last? No, it's not our last heat for today. Sorry, it's just the bottom of my page. So I'm confusing myself. Sorry, I need to organize my papers before we look at the competitors. So I'm very excited in this heat for...
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Very excited in this heat. Sorry, somebody just handed me a much needed coffee. Very excited in this heat for Noriyuki Yabe from Japan. I mentioned that I met him in Sweden, and at the time he was living in the UK and training with the UK freedivers. I believe he's back to Japan now and competing here. It's always fantastic to kind of reacquaint yourself with freedivers that you've met at a previous competition, maybe in another part of the world, who live really far from you, but actually you kind of meet them, and when you meet them again, you meet them as friends. Speaking of which, hello.
Hello. How are you, Esther?
I'm very well. So I have Evan Walther from the USA, still living in South Africa.
I'm in Cape Town, South Africa. That's right.
South Africa, perfect. I met you at the Noxie Cup last year, I believe.
I think it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just looking down at your toes, you have the USA pedicure going again.
This is something that Brandon actually started as a tradition for me.
Brandon is watching. Hello, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon. He is another American athlete living in South Africa. Does he live in Cape Town as well?
No, I want to say he's in George or Knysna. He's about 2-3 hour drive.
Do you ever meet him in South Africa? And actually, what's the community?
We have a great community in South Africa. It's incredible. We've got a WhatsApp group with, 70, 80 people on it. Whoa. And Monday through Friday, there's at least 1 or 2 sessions that you can join to train in the pool. It's really something special, and I encourage everyone to come visit.
That's amazing. I mean, for people who only very marginally know freediving, I know there's a lot of freedivers watching the stream at the moment, but the people who are not, they might remember the movie My Octopus Teacher, I believe that was filmed in South Africa.
Yes.
I wasn't very impressed with that movie. I'm sorry, I didn't like it much because the guy had the snorkel in his mouth all throughout. And in freediving, we are very much against that because it can present safety issues. So in your very, very first freediving course, which I encourage everybody who is watching and not a freediver yet to do a course, they'll tell
Come do one with me in Cape Town. We'll get the snorkel out of your mouth.
There you go. You get the snorkel out of your mouth.
And we'll go visit the octopus.
I'm not going to say what I was thinking about that octopus, but there was one scene in that movie that particularly stuck with me, but I'll tell that to you later. Okay. Either way, we can see the athletes surfacing now. Oh, that's interesting.
Chin strap.
A chin strap, yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen... most people kind of move their goggles up onto their forehead and...
hey, whatever gets it off.
Absolutely. So that is lane E. That was...
Young Knudsen.
That was Young Knudsen. Yes, thank you so much. That was... You have
Come on, Jace Lee. Nice, 190. She looks tired.
She looks tired. After 190, anybody would be tired, right?
Reasonable.
What were your hopes for today, and how did your performance go?
I haven't done a max in Bifins since World Champs last year. It hasn't been my focus, and I thought I was going to hit the 200 wall and do a turn, but I noticed myself getting a little hypoxic shortly before, and I came up on the right side, which was what I was supposed to do after the turn, so I was facing away from the judges. But Enchante was my coach, and she managed to get my attention, so I did a little gymnastics and did a turnaround and pulled off a white card.
You pulled off a white card. Nice. I was literally just before you came, I was chatting to Rodrigo. I don't know if you heard. He unfortunately got a red card because he was facing away from the judges.
Ooh, it's easy to do in a big pool like this with so many lanes.
Absolutely, so many lanes, and especially if you're all towards the middle, the tiniest bit of little confusion is going to get you facing the wrong way, right?
Yeah,
like it did for you. You thought in your head maybe a tiny voice said, oh, I've already turned, I need to come up on this side.
Yeah.
And actually... Hey, and this is... And I literally, when I said goodbye to Rodrigo, this is what I said to him as well. Said to... I think I said to Janita from Finland that a good coach is so important, even in the dynamic disciplines. So in static, you're going to see the coach standing beside the athlete, maybe touching their back and speaking to them in a calming voice, hopefully, or trying to distract them from the absolute pain they are in. Not everybody's in pain. I am when I'm doing static because I don't really like it, but...
it's a process to learn to enjoy the pain.
Maybe I'll head to Cape Town and you can teach me how to love static again.
Absolutely.
But even in the dynamic disciplines, coaching is so important. So in AIDA, it is allowed that your coach kind of walks along with you, along with the troop of judges, judge assistants, and camera people. And when you surface, they shout at you and talk to you through the surface protocol steps, which are, as I've mentioned before, take off your facial equipment, show the OK sign, and verbally say, I'm OK.
Yes, I've coached 3 people today, and I can tell you I've done a lot of screaming. But everyone managed a white card, so I'm very happy.
That's all that matters. The rest doesn't really matter.
Nope.
That's brilliant. Are you competing in any other disciplines?
I'm doing everything.
Everything? Wow.
Everything. Yeah. I'm here. Why not?
Absolutely, make the most of it. That's a strategy as well. I think I mentioned, who was it that I spoke to a few minutes ago who said, oh, I'm not going to compete in this discipline because it's not my forte, but you choose or you can decide to just go all in.
Yeah, I train everything to some extent. And 2 days on, 1 day off is a great schedule to maximize performances, to still be able to do everything. I really love that AIDA gives us a rest day halfway through, like CMAS, where they try to get you to do 4 dives in a row, which is just too much.
It's too much. I think it's in the rule book that they have to give athletes a rest day, right? I think it's...
Yeah, it might be.
I've been reading through the rule book recently, and I seem to recall reading something like that for sure. Maybe I'll see if I can talk to one of the judges to confirm. But yeah, so it seemed Jiyeon Kim got a red card for 136 meters. I didn't really see a blackout, but some great results there anyway. Cool. So who are you? Is there anybody else you're very excited for today or tomorrow?
Yeah, my teammate Natalie Bruce is coming up at noon. And I don't know what her Bifins is like, but she's been killing it in monofin lately. So excited to see what she can do. Definitely a possibility for a U.S. national record there.
Ooh.
So keep an eye out for her.
Fantastic.
And I'm very much excited to see what Katarina does as well.
Katarina Sadurska. And I'm very excited for Lane B, Zsófia Törőcsik. Now, unfortunately, because of the beautiful Hungarian name,
it's very
he
interesting.
didn't quite manage the accents, but I'm, was hanging out with the Hungarian athletes, as you do.
Yeah.
Hungarian and Colombian, by the way. And so Zsófia is Hungarian, living in Hungary. And I think you probably met her at Noxy Cup previously, because she's pretty into competing. She's very like an athletic type.
Nice.
The type that I'm not. But I think she has quite an athletic past.
I'm excited for Olavi too. He's a great guy.
Oh yeah.
He's had some good dives in past competitions.
I think I've confused myself with my... Okay, here we go. So 11:50 is the next heat.
Yeah.
So Olavi is from Finland.
Yes.
This is Zsófia Törőcsik. You could see her focusing now. On the side of the pool in lane C is Leander Modersohn. He is from Germany. We have in lane D, we have Yevhen Stepanchuk from Ukraine. In lane E, we have Shin Yeh from Japan, and Katarina Sadurska in lane F from the Ukraine. So you're welcome to stay and watch the performance with me. You know, tell me what you think or what you notice.
Keep you some company.
And that is Katarina.
You've been at it for 3 hours now, huh?
But I'm great at talking about freediving.
Amazing.
So Katarina Sadurska is she's quite a big name in freediving.
I would say she's favorite to at least medal, possibly win this.
Okay, so that's are we betting people? Betting?
I'll take some action.
Maybe we can bet in like a unit of orange juice or like I was going to say your beverage of choice, beer, orange juice, etc. Okay, well you're betting on Katarina to make it to the podium, possibly win today.
Yeah.
For women dynamic bifins, okay. So you're betting, I'm betting that she will certainly reach the podium. But I have my hopes that maybe somebody else will beat her. But
who do you think?
I will keep my cards close to me.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter. I guess it doesn't really matter what I think. It's just I'm curious to see.
Yes. I want to see a lot of good dives.
Absolutely. I want to see smiles, white cards, personal bests, national records, just people happy for whatever. I mean, you know, when I go to a competition, I would usually not go to win. I go for the friendships you make along the way and pushing myself. And really, I think, who was it who mentioned it earlier, that you do compete against other people, but that's often just a small part of it, and you kind of compete against yourself.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, it's for me at this point, it's 100% a competition against myself.
Absolutely. So that's Katarina.
These turns are interesting. I
Sadurska.
see a lot of people putting their fins right in that little cutout. And it's something we practiced. There's on either side of the wall, there's a place where people can stand exactly halfway in the wall. And so it does present a little bit of a technique issue. Or
Halfway in depth, there's that little step.
Yeah, it's a little cutout, right? So the pool's 2.2 and it's right around 1.1. And so you have to kind of decide, am I going above it, am I going below it, or doing an open turn, or like a flip turn like there, or risking just putting your fins in it. So
Absolutely,
like
but
a
I
nice
do think, would that count towards the distance? There's Katarina swimming in front of the camera now.
Nice.
I think it would count towards the distance, right? So if... Now, I don't know if it's possible for the judges to spot if you're actually touching that little step in.
Yeah, no,
it's
not. It's not counting, and it would be really hard to see in the middle lane as well.
There's Rofia now. Come on.
Yeah.
Strong. She's done at one point. Okay, so we have an athlete up. I'm trying to look at which lane it is.
Leander, it's lane 3. It's lane 3, Leander.
So Katarina Sadurska, according to our very preliminary results that we see on the screen. Yevhen Stefanchuk, from Ukraine. So we have 2 Ukrainian competitors in this year, which is amazing. Here's Jofi with her lovely luminous nails and turning. Come on. I need Evan to buy me a beer. Oh, and she's up. Okay, come on.
Nice
Clean
one.
surface protocol.
205, great. It's a great dive. Very clean.
Yeah, she's very clean indeed. And
Katarina's still going.
Katarina's still going.
Having a nice slow dive. Olavi's screaming, I'm okay.
And
Just
that
convince
is
us.
Shin Yeh. We can see wiping his face. Oh, Leander, there's a bit of a tremble. Oh, no, don't show it a second.
He said it, it's okay.
He said it, okay, yes.
Okay. If he said
You're
it,
right.
it's okay.
You're right. So,
He can do whatever he wants, just needs to stay up.
you're right. And
Where did
there's Katarina.
get? 215.
So relaxed, even during her
Nice.
surface protocols. Like,
Yeah.
that's barely anything.
Nice slow dive, too. Good one.
White card for Zofia Turcic. Yes!
Amazing. Great dive.
Yes.
Do you know what the leaders are at this point? That data?
We had the top 15. So for men, it was Karol Karcz.
Yeah.
And for women, it was Jiyeon Kim from Korea.
Oh, at 191.
It was well over 200.
Oh, Jiyeon Kim, sorry.
Jiyeon Kim, Jiyeon Kim, sorry. I probably didn't say her name right.
That was me.
I spoke to her right after her performance. Actually, let's see if I can spot her results. So hers was a national
217.
record 217.
Oh, right.
What did Katarina Sadurska do?
215.
215. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that
okay.
means
She might not. I mean,
Jiyeon.
I'm still expecting to see something big from Yulia.
maybe you might owe me a beer.
I might.
I'm sorry. We're betting on performances, but here you go.
Nice dive.
Katarina,
Still a
big
great dive.
smile. Still a fantastic dive. Do you think she's saving her energy for monofin?
The first dive of a big competition can do all sorts of weird things can happen. It's 3 years in a row now. My first dive of World Championships has been just a weird dive for me, and so sometimes it happens, and then the rest of the dives come together.
I'm looking at information from Katarina Sadurska, and when I asked her what her favorite pool discipline is, she said, "I really love all of them. Like really, no joke." So she was. She considers herself a pool freediver. What would you consider yourself as, depth or pool?
No, I'm definitely a pool freediver. I just recently did my level 3 and learned mouthfill. So after this, I'm going to CMAS, and then I'm going to explore a little bit of depth. It's something I want to to get into and explore a little bit.
So CMAS competitions.
After this is CMAS World Championships in Serbia. We get like a week break, and then the dives are July 6th through 9th.
So, oh wow, okay. So that's very close by.
Yeah. It's I like that schedule because we have a chance to. Well, I can do one trip and do 2 big competitions, and it's one peak. So.
Gotcha. Evan, thank you so much for speaking to me.
It's such a pleasure.
Best of luck with the rest of the competition.
And you here talking.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're going to cut to an interview with Katarina Sadurska from Ukraine. She's going to talk to Agimantas downstairs.
We are here with Katarina Sadurska just after her Bifins dive. Katarina, you tell us, how was it?
Labas rytas. It's nice to be here. I'm really happy, and it's really nice place, and the dive was good. I'm experimenting here, so it was my first dive without nose clip. So it was kind of new sensations in the end. So yeah, and I repeated national record today. So yeah, I think it's a good dive.
So Ukrainian national record was 2:15 actually.
2:16. Yeah.
2:16, and you repeated it.
Yes.
Was it your record?
Sure.
It was yours, sure. Right. Well, now it's yours again. So congratulations. By the way, this is of course not your first World Championship, right? How is it different in Kaunas? Is it different?
I really like the atmosphere, and it's so calm, not only in the pool, but outside. It's very good for freediving, you know, but there's also some things to do, something to see. And, you know, we freedivers care a lot about our emotional state before and during the competition. So, yeah, you guys did a good job. I really, really like to be here.
Thank you. You did a good job too, Katarina. So, yeah, everything just started. Thank you so much. See you.
And yeah, слава Україні.
Слава Україні. Героям слава.
So that was Katarina Sadurska, Ukrainian national record holder, repeating her own national record here in Kaunas, Lithuania, with 217 meters dynamic bifins. So before the next heat, we have a minute and a half. So the next heat, we're going to have competitors from Sweden, Japan, Slovakia, Spain. I'm so sorry. Had a moment of a brain freeze there, and Lithuania and the USA. With me in the competitors booth is Lucas from Colombia. Hola, Lucas.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Nice.
I'm very well. Hello.
Hello, I'm very happy to be here.
Very good. I saw you. How was your result? What was your result, and how did you feel about it?
Well, today I did. Thank you. I did PB, which was very good. It's my first time in a World Championship. I normally do depth, so it's my first time in pool, and it's a completely different discipline and sensations. So I'm very happy with the result. I did 103 meters. I was really struggling on my training with the sensations. And today I could go through them, and I think I break a door, I can call it, in my mind. Yes.
Nice. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It seems, you know, sometimes you train and you feel a certain way in training, and then everything just falls into place. So it fell into place for you today?
Well, I think today for me, because all the nervous and being in a World Championship is a huge stress and things. For me today was a matter to understand what I feel, understand the timing. I think the timing is very important in freediving. Put in your wetsuit, take 2 minutes more, and you are completely done. So it's not a matter only of the performance, but what happened before, your mental state.
How you sleep the night before,
yes.
eating for breakfast.
Exactly. So a lot of things change, and you need to accommodate that. So today for me was recognizing the battlefield, right? And fixing the things I should fix in my performance.
And what is it that you have to fix? Is there any learnings for you today?
Yes. I was warming up 2 minutes late. So I was in the platform 1 minute and a half before my official top. Anyway, I did PB, so I'm very happy. With all the heart rate was super high. I was a little bit hypercapnic, and I did it. So that makes me feel I have more to give. Nice. And like for me, being here is more than just for the sport. I mean, I'm here for a promise, so I'm keeping that promise. Yes.
Oh, who did you promise it to, if I may ask?
Yeah, my sister.
Very nice.
Yes.
Is she watching?
Well, my sister passed.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. 2 months ago.
Sorry to hear that.
So she was my coach.
Oh, lovely.
So she was always with me in my. I do mostly static. It's like the discipline I enjoy the most.
Okay.
And my sister was always with me. So being here today, without her, when she died, I promised her that I will do the things that make my eyes shine. And freediving made my eyes shine.
Nice.
And well, yes, so I'm here because...
Sorry, my eyes are shining as well.
It's fine, yeah.
That's fantastic. So your sister will be with you in your head tomorrow?
Every day.
Every
She's
day.
with me in every moment. I was very nervous. I was scared. And definitely she was holding my hand, telling me everything's fine. And that was beautiful. So I know I haven't done any national or world record, but this dive for me, being here, means everything to me.
Nice. Well, especially in static with your memories of your sister coaching you. I hope you'll be similarly happy with your performance tomorrow as well, regardless of what it is. I hope it'll be a PB. I hope it'll be a white card. But wishing you the best of luck. Sorry, I'm gonna wipe my eyes.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Lucas, thank you so much for talking to me and sharing that with me. I wish you similar beautiful performances for the rest of the competition, and especially for the static on Thursday, I believe. Thursday.
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll see you around, and best of luck with the rest
Thank you
of the
for having
competition.
me.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Thank you. Okay, so meanwhile, I will recover my emotional state. So we see the athletes competing now. Who is that surfacing? That is in lane F. So that's Natalie Bruce from the USA. Her lips are a little blue, but she's smiling, and it was a very clean surface protocol. And she's just waiting for the judge, Gabi, to give her her card.
For you to complete the surface protocol, I'm very sorry.
So we see Judge Julia and her flower wreath, and that is lane B. So that's Hideo Ishii from Japan, who's just finished his performance. And we heard applause. So I hope that was a white. I hope that was a white card for Hideo Ishii. I love the underwater footage of freedivers just kind of coming underneath the line to get out after completing their dive. She looks very happy, but exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. So previously you heard Lucas from Colombia with me. Not gonna lie, I got a little bit emotional about this, but it's the main thing is, I guess, everybody is here for a different reason, and everybody has a different thoughts and different thinking of different people, their loved ones, during their dives, to keep them in a positive mental state. Because, like we mentioned, the mental aspect of diving is probably one of the most important, and you can have a lot of preparation, a lot of work in the pool and in the gym, but you need to remember to find that point of relaxation, find that place in your head where you can do your perfect performance. So with me in the competitors booth is Florin from France.
Hi.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Ça va très bien et vous?
Moi aussi.
Et toi-même.
So Florin, what was your result and how do you feel about it?
I make a PB, so I'm very happy. I make 156 meter, so plus 6 meter. So I'm very happy.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a super performance. You're here with a big team from France, right?
Yes.
How many people?
I don't know, but more 10.
More than 10. Wow,
Yes.
very nice. That's brilliant. And you support each other here?
Yes, all the team is here, so it was it's great.
That's brilliant. Do you train together as well?
I don't know.
No? Okay, no problem. And are you competing in any other disciplines?
I don't know. Normally, it's my I make only one performance, but
maybe you'll see.
Yes, maybe.
You've come this far from France.
Yes, but the job is make.
Yes, yes. I think the job is to get white cards. So you're happy so far. Maybe
Yes.
Maybe you can have some other nice performances. Maybe a PB or maybe just white cards. Yeah.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
It's the most important, I think.
Absolutely.
And pleasure.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Brilliant. Florin, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you.
It's been lovely to have you. And if you decide to compete in the other disciplines, then I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you
And
very much.
If not, then I think that's a decision that was made with a lot of thought. And best of luck to the French team as well.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye. Okay, so in the next heat at 12:10, we have Jiyeon Kim from Korea, Anton Devet from South Africa, Shoko Kobayashi from Japan, and Yuriko Ichihara also from Japan. We have Julia Kozerska from Poland and Ibrahim Al-Sultani from Oman. Julia Kozerska is a household name in freediving for those of you non-freedivers who are watching. So we are expecting a big performance from her. Now, obviously, she might be strategic about her performance and decide to maybe do a shorter dive. She certainly announced 150, which is easy peasy lemon squeezy for her. And I'm looking forward to seeing what she gets. Maybe Algimantas or myself can catch her for an interview later after her performance if she decides to talk to us. So I can see her teammate Jacek Polak from the Polish team at the end of the pool, kind of ready to coach her. Like we mentioned previously, coaching is okay, maybe not half the battle, but let's say 25% of the battle. Especially in static, it's very important, but it's super useful for dynamic disciplines as well. So if any freedivers watching this have decided to catch the bug for competing, make sure that you have in AIDA, that you have a coach walking with you and shouting at you to perform your surface protocol. I had to emphasize in AIDA because in CMAS it is not allowed, but also in CMAS the surface protocol is a bit easier. So there are rules, there are slight differences in the rules between the two world federations. I believe it was Lucy that mentioned that in CMAS you have a bit longer time to start after your official top. So she unfortunately started 12 seconds past the official top, which garnered her penalty points because in AIDA you have to start at your official top or a maximum of 10 seconds after, whereas in CMAS you have a little bit more time. So let's see the performances for these athletes who have just started. Watching the performance with me in the commentator's booth is my very good friend Diana Ninko. Hello, Diana.
Hey, yes, there.
You were nervous before your performance. How do you feel now?
I'm super happy. I'm really happy. I did what I wanted to do, so I'm really happy.
And what was that?
National record.
Colombian national record. Yes. Amazing. Congratulations. How many meters?
153 meters.
153.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I saw you break the Colombian national record last year in Noxy Cup. Was that no
fins?
No fins.
Yeah.
103. 103 meters.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm secretly expecting a national record from you tomorrow in no fins as well. No pressure.
I think I did my job today, and now that's I'm really satisfied with what I did. Yeah.
You're still competing tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm competing tomorrow. I'm doing all the disciplines.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. But you're just gonna take it easy tomorrow, or you're gonna see how you feel?
I'm gonna see how I feel. I mean, tomorrow is another day. I just wanted to do. Bifins was always something that bothered me because it's supposed to be easier, but it was harder for me. And I couldn't do what I wanted in the other competitions. So this time I just wanted to have one more turn, and I did it. And I'm just so happy.
Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. I'm going to have to take you for PB Donuts now.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, PB Donuts after the competition, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned earlier during her performance, Diana is a Colombian athlete, but she is based in Budapest, Hungary, and she trains in my club, Oxygen Apnea. So I'm sorry, maybe I need to be a bit more objective, but I'm just, cheering on the people I know, and it's like I mentioned before, it's fantastic to have your friends.
Yes.
Watching your friends compete and cheering them on. So, what do you think about today so far? Whose performances were you most surprised by or most excited for?
I'm actually really new in this sport, so I'm just checking my friends and myself. So I'm not checking other performances. I mean, this is actually unbelievable what they do. Very professional. This is a different level. It's a World Championship.
Yes, I've had a glimpse into what goes on organizing a championship like this, and yes, the amount of work, putting in the volunteers. Meanwhile, we can see. Japanese athlete in lane C, which is Shoko Kobayashi. She's up. Looked like a good surface protocol to me. Oh, I even heard heard the very loud okay from Jisun Lee from Korea. I heard it. She's actually on the far end, so past half of the pool length from me. But I actually heard I'm okay. Good applause. Big applause for, I believe, Shoko Kobayashi in lane. Is that lane? That's lane C, yes. And in lane B, we also have Anton de Vet up. I think that's Julia. Is that Julia Kozerska in lane E? Yes. So she is, she's looking super relaxed. Getting ready for another turn, the 200-meter turn, which is, of course, for her, not unexpected. A small no-fins arm stroke after her turn, and she has her hands beside her body. Again, like we mentioned, the swings and roundabouts, and there's strategic decisions. It's more comfortable to have your hands or arms beside your body, but you're more hydrodynamic when you have your arms in the arrow position. So you can see she's tired. She was looking up at the surface, and she's up. Very clean surface protocol from Julia Kozerska. You can see Savas, the judge, president of the jury, focused on her, but there is not even the slightest tremble or blue lip. She's already smiling. And so that was approximately, now again, what we see, she's definitely at half the point. So 225 is a good estimate for her performance. 225. I think that's the winning. I think that could be the winning performance. I'm gonna very quickly check the previous first place. Previous first place was only 217. So I have. I think I have a feeling Julia Kozerska might get first place today. Now, obviously, we're going to have to wait until the final results because we still have 2 more heats. But she is a world-class athlete. Thank you so much, Diana, for talking to me.
Thank you, Esther.
We're going to go for PB donuts later.
Yes, please.
For sure. Hopefully we can grab other people from the Hungarian team and go for donuts together. But thank you so much for talking to me and wishing you the best of luck for the rest of the competition.
Thank you so much, Esther. Bye.
So in the previous heat, we saw Julia Kozerska with a magnificent 225-meter performance in dynamic bifins, which kind of gives her the first place, I do believe, in today's competition anyway. Speaking of first places, I kind of had my hopes for this lady who's sitting with me now. Her name is Zsófia Törőcsik. She is from Hungary, from my club, the Oxygen Apnea Club. Hey, Zsófi.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
How are you feeling?
Fine, thank you.
Are you happy with your performance?
Yes, I think, because I didn't expected something like this because I don't train normally with bifins. That's not my discipline. That's my favorite. But it was good. It was good. I'm happy with that.
What is your favorite? I think I know, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
Dynamic with the monofin and DNF. These 2.
No, both of them are favorites because I knew you're very strong with the monofin. But, and I know you're very strong with no fins as well, but I was wondering that both are your favorites.
I don't know how, but my first favorite was the dynamic with the monofin, but after that I realized that DNF is also so good because your muscles are doing its job, and yeah, it's also very good.
That's brilliant. I'm so looking forward to it. To be honest with you, while you were doing your performance, I was chatting to Evan from the USA, Evan Walther, and we made a little bet about who's going to be first. He was betting on Katarina Sadurska from Ukraine.
Yes,
she's super strong.
Amazing, yeah.
But now, Julia Kozerska is in the lead, I think, with 225. I was kind of maybe hoping that you would...
Fourth. I'm fourth.
You're fourth.
Yeah. Until Julia was coming, I was on the third place, but she did also an amazing job.
Did you expect that, or do you feel a little bit disappointed?
I'm a competing person, so but only a little bit, because these 207 is much more than I expected before. So, okay, yeah. I'm happy with that.
Well, I know what to expect from you in monofin, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want to put pressure on you. But I know what you're capable of, and I am really, really looking forward to.
I have a secret goal every time, but I don't like to talk about it because
absolutely. Keep
after that, yeah, it has strength until it's in me.
Absolutely, keep it close to your heart. There, you can actually just looking at the YouTube stream. There's some highlights in the YouTube stream.
Wow,
here.
I will.
Would you like to watch András?
Yes, of course. Yes. He's my coach. The best ever.
Oh, the best ever. Oh, of course he's the best ever. So in the next heat, starting in half a minute, we have Šarūnas Jurcius from Lithuania, we have Laurence Geun from France, we have Anton Sriabucha from Latvia, András Soproni from Hungary, Aleksandr Tetervov from Lithuania, and Mattia Daga from Italy. Mattia is the only Italian competitor here. I think most Italians, he mentioned that most Italian people, that's him now, that's Mattia. Most Italian freedivers usually compete in seas, but it's great to have him here at the AIDA World Championships, and I am obviously a bit biased, super excited for András Soproni. So the competitors have started. It seemed to me that everybody started within the 10 seconds, so I hope that the starts were okay. So András is in lane D, which is kind of the middle lane. We can see him there, I believe. with the safety with the blue board with the yellow tape on it, swimming after. No, that's lane F. Maybe I'm confusing myself as well.
Andras is in the lane D.
Yes, that's right. So he's kind of in the middle lane. That's him. Is that him turning? Maybe. Oh, maybe we can see him behind the other competitor. So, look. Let's not pretend that we don't have favorites. Let's be honest with each other here. We all have our biases, and I'm very, very excited for every competitor and every performance. We're coming up to the end of the day. This is the second last heat, and we have some much bigger announcements now. So we have people announcing between 150 to 175 meters. Andras specifically announced 170, which I know is going to be easy for him. But strategically, I mean, I didn't know this at my first freediving competition, but you know, in a pool, you can announce something very low.
Yeah.
That you're absolutely sure you can make. Maybe don't announce your personal best, but you can still go further than what you announce. You can't do the same in depth, because in depth the rope is, or the bottom plate is lowered to the depth that you announce, which is, if you reach it and come back up and perform your surface protocol, it's a white card. If you don't, then it might be a yellow or a red card. So whereas in pool, you can kind of announce, I mean, at the start of the day, we've had 1 meter announcements, and you can, you know, you can announce 1 meter, and then you're almost certainly going to get a white card if you perform your service protocol well, but if you push yourself, then you won't. So what are you expecting from Andras?
A white card.
Oh yeah, totally. But distance-wise?
For sure 200 plus. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if he pushes himself to 250 or somewhere between.
Ooh, 250 would be tough. That's Mattia from Italy, Mattia Daga. You can see him coming up to the, I believe that's a 200 meter end?
Yeah.
200 meter end, yep. Oh, he's pushed off the, oh, I can't remember if that's, oh no.
It doesn't look good.
I think the push is, at least, if I remember correctly, I think the pushing yourself off from the bottom is counts as a pull, so it's at least a penalty. But now that the safeties grabbed him, that's a guaranteed red card. So if the safeties have to grab you, you know, you could see that he was trying to do a no fins arm stroke. There's Andras. Ooh. Blue lips, but quite clean. Who's shouting at him?
How much was that?
It looked like it was approximately 200 meters.
205, because he's
205 by the looks of it. Yeah. So did he turn? I think he turned. Now again, what we see on the screen, this is a very unofficial results.
Yeah.
So between maybe 200 and 205, but I do believe that he's turned at the 200 meter point. I think that's going to be a white card. He's got he's got a white card. Nice.
Congratulations.
So very happy for him. So approximately 205 for Andras Struckman. Here's an athlete coming up. You could see that, I can't see which lane that is. Oh, yep. Take off your, yep. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sign with the nose clip in there.
It's allowed. You can have. Yeah. I was looking at the rule book, and it is allowed to have something in your hand while you're doing the OK sign, as long as they touch.
Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible, and your one of the fingers or your equipment is touching your thumb. So if it's if your goggles are sort of hanging in your hand with it, but it's an open hand, or they're hanging in the nook of your thumb, that's not allowed. Yeah. But I think that looked to me from this angle, obviously judges' judgment is final, that looked to me like a good OK sign. And there's Julian now with the beautiful midsummer flower wreath. Fantastic. So that was Lane B. That was Laurence, who's very happy with her performance. I believe all of them looked great to me. Yeah, she looks happy. That's brilliant. So we are getting ready for our last heat of the day. I can go for. Are you coming for PB Donuts with us for Diana? I told her we have to buy her PB donuts.
Did you?
Yeah, I will buy her
Wow.
PB donuts. You can come with us if you want.
Thank you. We will see.
Yeah, okay, we will see. Maybe we can take you for PB donuts after the monofin.
Or for a PB steak.
PB steak. Not for me, thank you. Jofi, thank you so much for chatting to me. Get some
for
rest.
having me.
I will see you later.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
So the next heat is in 4 minutes. We have Japanese, Swedish, German, Cuban, and French athletes competing. This is going to be the final heat for the day, and we've seen some fantastic performances. Like, I'm thrilled to be here because it's just a brilliant day. Lots of big smiles, and when the smiles are not so big or people aren't really smiling, that's just a part of the competition. We'll cut to an interview with Aleksandr from Lithuania now, so I believe Algimantas is going to interview him shortly.
We are live with Lithuanian national record in Bifins, Aleksandras Teterov. How did it feel? How was the dive?
You know, everybody would say that it feels hard.
It is.
Yeah, but its finish was fine. Kaip pasakyti, išnėriau.
You came out of.
Yeah, I came out in a time. Yeah.
You came out just in the nick of time, right? That was right. Pratęsim lietuviškai, Aleksandrai. Nėrimas buvo puikus, nunėriai, tai yra nacionalinis rekordas. Kiek metrų padarėjai?
197 metrus.
197 metrai, naujas Lietuvos nacionalinis rekordas su plaukmenimis. Aleksandrai, čia yra tikrai ne pirmos tavo varžybos, bet pirmas tavo čempionatas. Aš teisus?
Taip.
Pasaulio čempionatas, kuo tau jisai skiriasi nuo paprastų varžybų?
Tiesiog aš manau, kaip ir visiems, daugiau jaudulio, daugiau atsakomybės, daugiau akių, žiūrovų. O tai, kaip pasakyti, duoda papildomai ir jėgų, ir taip pat ir tam tikros naštos.
Ačiū, Aleksandrai. Sveikinam su rekordu. Šaunuolis.
Ačiū.
So that was Aleksandrs, Lithuanian national record holder as of right now. So we can see the results now. So that's Aleksandr Teterov with 197 meters, a white card, Lithuanian national record for men in dynamic bifins. Super happy for him. You could see the big smiles, and I just love celebrating alongside the local team, the local freedivers who are just so happy for each other's results. And I think it's brilliant to be in Kaunas in Lithuania, and it's lovely to see all the national records for the local country being broken. And I know how thrilled they are to be hosting the Freediving World Championships. So on to the last heat of the day from 12:30. So we can see Michal Sadowitz from Germany. We have a few German athletes. We have some countries who have come with a bigger team. But hey, it's been a successful day for German freediving because we already have a national record. Well, actually, I'm curious to see if maybe we're going to have another national record. So Clément Lessafre has he has the biggest announcement. Clément is from France, and he's announced 213 meters. Like I mentioned, announcements in pool disciplines can be really anything. You can announce something that you can do super easily, or something that is maybe a bit closer to your PB. I usually would not recommend doing what I did on my first competition and announcing your personal best that you then struggle to reach, resulting in a yellow card. Yes, it happened to me. It can happen to anyone. This is a lesson you learn after your first competition, and then you don't do it ever again. So Clément is training in Nice in the south of France. It is the place, apparently, where AIDA was born. So Clément from the birthplace of AIDA. And he is a filmmaker. He's a filmmaker, an art teacher, and he creates events and art experiences to promote heritage in different countries. But he's a filmmaker and he makes movies related to the sea, which is just so fitting to be a freediver and also a filmmaker. I think he just basically lives in and right by the sea, because he mentioned to me that he swims in the sea in Nice, and he also runs by the sea. His favorite discipline is actually this one. This is how he started freediving, and this is what he's most comfortable with. So I'm looking forward to a very nice performance from Clément. And that is the 100-meter turn, I believe. I believe in red, that's Clément now, with a beautiful, very tight and very hydrodynamic arrow position in his arms. Again, I mentioned earlier, you do need to have the right shoulder flexibility for that, and you can change position during your dive as well. This can be part of your dive plan your dive and dive your plan. So I'm curious to see what results we get. So that is the 150-meter turn. So lane D is empty. So we don't have anyone in lane D. This is the final heat with only 5 athletes instead of 6. Rolando Salgado seems to be looks like he's the fastest. He's hitting the 200-meter wall about now in lane E and turning, if I see correctly. On the screen, we see the judges coming along on the side of lanes A and B and C. And I saw a turn in lane B from David Spreitz from Sweden. Turn looked good. Michael Sadowitz did a turn as well on the 200-meter side. So in lane A we have Yasuko Ozeki. She is up, and her surface protocol looked good. And Clément Lessaf is up. Surface protocol looked good for him as well. There's David is struggling. You can see him trembling. I can hear people screaming at him. The surface protocol looked good, but you can see in the movement of his shoulders that he was certainly on the edge of being able to keep himself up. But as far as I can see, he's managed to keep himself up on the line. Yasuko Ozeki, big smile. We spoke to her earlier. It's lovely to see athletes from around the world and everybody saying hello. Big applause for David in lane B from Sweden. Looked like a pretty long swim. I mean, he was 220 something. You can see Rolando Salgado from Cuba waving the Cuban flag. He's very happy with his performance. I love a good performance, good smile, and you can see people high-fiving the safeties. And look, the thing I always say is a freediving competition can exist without the live stream. Obviously, it's lovely to have a great crew behind me. So thank you so much to everyone involved in the live stream as well. But really, a competition could not exist without the safeties and the judges. So, in order to organize any freediving competition, whether it's a small one in your local pool for your own club or a world championship, you need safeties. And the reality is you're trusting your life on the safeties. And really, a competition isn't a competition without the judges kind of making sure that the rules are followed and qualifying your performances. So big up to the safety team and the judges. I mean, the safeties have done an absolutely mammoth job. They've been in the water since probably before 9 a.m. They had the same half-an-hour break I did, but they were in the water swimming and often catching athletes as well. So while you enjoy the highlights, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'm very sorry I couldn't interact with people in the YouTube chat. So many things have happened, and I can now see that people in Cuba were really rooting for Rolando Salgado. It's fantastic to see the support from the far ends of the world visible in the YouTube chat, so please tune in tomorrow as well. I will have to check, and please check the start lists tonight on the AIDA website, but I think it's likely that we're likely to have our first official top at 9 a.m. again. So you saw Rolando Salgado. You saw Rolando Salgado waving the Cuban flag. I think Algimantas is going to interview him very shortly. And meanwhile, I'm looking out the window and I can see the Colombian athletes. I've spoken to both of them. They're both lovely, posing with the Colombian flag, and I'm just here to celebrate with everyone else.
We are here with Rolando just after his dive. It was an emotional dive for you, Rolando. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm tired. I'm tired for this distance. For me, it's personal record and continental record.
So it was a continental record and it was your personal best in a competition. That's amazing. That's your first day. Is Bifins your favorite discipline?
Oh, monofin is preferred.
So your favorite is monofin. So we can expect even better results, even better dives, and even more emotion on your dive with monofin. But tell me, what was the emotion? What was going through your head when you came out? It was pretty emotional when you came out. Well, how did you feel?
Yeah. Oh, I'm tired, but excited. So in the water, relax.
So in the water you feel relaxed, but after you come out, everything just accumulated, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Rolando. You were great. Thank you. Good job.
So you can see Rolando Salgado, that was a continental record pending doping test, personal best for Rolando for Cuba, 255. So that's the top 15 for Rolando Salgado at 255. The mind boggles. And Ibrahim from Oman. I haven't heard of this athlete before. It's fantastic to have athletes from Oman here. 252 is an incredibly impressive distance, and I mean, I think a lot of people were kind of expecting Karol Karcz to come in first with an amazing 250-meter dive, but you can see he's got bronze for the day. Fourth place is David Spreitz-Ellings. You could see him 232 meters, beautiful dive, but shaky exit, but still a wild card, which is really what matters. And I'm just so happy for people's personal bests, national records, continental records. And here on the screen now you can see the women's podium. So Julia Kozerska Okay, let's be honest. We sort of expected this result for her to come out top. She is an absolute world-class athlete. She's amazing. Jiyeon Kim, I spoke to her after her swim, 217 meters. Unbelievable performance. And Katarina Sadurska, 216 meters for Ukraine. And fourth is my good friend Zofia Terucik. Still lovely results and amazing dives. Seriously impressive performances. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us today. Please do tune in tomorrow as well. We'll be starting in the morning, possibly at 9 o'clock, here in Kaunas, Lithuania. You've been watching the AIDA Freediving World Championships for 2024. This is the Pool World Championships, Dynamic Bifins Day. Tomorrow we are going to have Dynamic No Fins. You've been listening to Esther Kalutskaya. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Please do tune in tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Kuo daugiau pasaulio pamatai, tuo arčiau namų grįžti. Su kiekvienu įkvėpimu vis giliau. Gilyn į save, arčiau esmės. Kaip žuvis vandenyje. Pasaulio laisvojo nardymo čempionatas. Pirmą kartą Lietuvoje Žalgirio arenos baseine Kaune. Birželio 24-28 dienomis.